Here we go. Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. We are 1 week away from the real 2025 NFL Draft. My name is Harrison Graham, producer Cullen, riding shotgun as always, and we got something special today. This has been in the works for a few weeks. We teased it yesterday. We're doing the first ever Chat Sports Live mock draft. I believe we are live on 18 different YouTube channels, including 16 or 17 team-specific channels, like this one obviously being our Chicago Bears channel. So what we're going to do is a live 3-round mock draft where you guys get to see all the new draft graphics we got, and you guys get to see kind of a little simulation of what to expect on draft night. Myself and producer Cullen will be making the picks for the Bears. You'll get a little inside look to the Bears Now War Room today. So should be a lot of fun, and excited to do this with you guys. Obviously, while we're waiting between picks, we'll take your questions and stuff like that. We'll do some other Bears content before and after as well. The first pick is at 1:15 Central Time, so we'll do a little kind of content before that gets going. But shout out your city. Cullen, I'm excited for this, man. Oh, one other thing, no trades. We thought about it, but it would make it longer, and the purpose of this, in a lot of ways, is to just kind of test some things out from a logistical side, so we're ready to roll on draft night. But if it goes well today, maybe next year we'll do same exercise with trades, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Welcome in, everybody. Listen, we're going to have a lot of fun today. I know it's we got obviously the mock draft. We got some segments ready for you guys. We're going to break it all down. I just want to take a couple minutes and just say thank you guys. The mock draft that we put out, the one that I made for Harry that you guys react to, it's almost up to 300 comments.
It crushed.
It really
a lot of
did.
Views as well. One of our better videos the last few weeks. So
yeah, that's a credit to you guys. I appreciate all the love. You guys have welcomed me in here at Bears Now, and I just want to say thank you. So
well, shout out to Cullen as well. He put that together himself. Like I said, I was reacting to it live. So credit to you guys for tuning in, and good job, Cullen, for kind of outlining that mock scenario. So Soldier Bear saying, love you, Cullen. Cullen's been a real one, man. Cullen's been a real one. So it'll be a fun draft in a week, and it'll be a fun exercise today to see who the Bears end up with. Get some shout-outs here. We got Denny in Grand Rapids, the Bears in Kimberly, Idaho. Let's see. Peachtree City, Georgia is where Found is. Z Ganji in Bloomington. We've got Jay Holt giving a little Cullen shout-out as well. Let's see here. Give me just a second. Cullen, give me a few shout-outs. I got to pull the next thing up real quick.
We got Enrico from Colorado. We got Cody from Allendale. I think that's Michigan. We got Grand Rapids from Troy Allen. We got Timothy from Kankakee. I definitely mispronounced that. What up, Walter? Shout out to Jared from Lansing, Iowa. Shout out to Brock Better Than Purdy Please from Knoxville, Illinois. We got Bolingbrook from Team Sacre. Newark, Ohio from Eddie Johnson. Shout out to all you guys. Mark Cooley from Rockwell, Texas. Montrose, Champaign, Illinois. What up, what up? Cornelius, south side of Chicago. All the real ones are pouring in, Harry.
We appreciate you guys. We also appreciate Rocket Money for sponsoring today's show. I've been using the Rocket Money app for a couple of years now. And look, when it comes to spending, sometimes it's out of sight, out of mind, right? Maybe you have a daily coffee habit. You spend, $5-10 at your local coffee shop. Maybe you signed up for a bunch of streaming subscriptions, and at the time you're like, oh, that was just $10. But when you sign up for 8 of those, it kind of adds up over time without you even noticing. Rocket Money helps you spot those patterns so you can do something about them and keep more money in your pocket. The Rocket Money app is a personal finance app that can help find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitor your overall spending, and help lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. What Rocket Money will do with your subscriptions once you sync up your bank account with the app is it'll list it all on one screen. You'll see, okay, I'm spending $12 there, $8 there, $25 there, either on a monthly or annual basis, and you'll realize how much you're actually spending on these subscriptions, and you'll probably be like, wait, I don't even use that one anymore, or I don't really want this one anymore. Oh, they upcharged me, and I didn't even know. I'm going to get that canceled. With a few taps of a button, you can get those canceled within the Rocket Money app. They'll kind of serve as a middleman for you. I mentioned lowering your bills by up to 20%. Upload a photo of your bill, whatever it may be, your phone bill, electric bill, etc., and they will look for the best option available from a pricing standpoint. So lots of benefits to Rocket Money. They have over 5 million users and counting and have saved $500 million in canceled subscriptions alone, saving members up to $740 per year when you use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money by going to rocketmoney.com/bearsnow. That link is in the live chat, rocketmoney.com/bearsnow. The best personal finance app I've ever used. And honestly, just from a banking app standpoint, it's better than my normal banking app, so I can't recommend it enough. Okay, 35 minutes and change until the Chat Sports Live mock draft. Again, we will be making the Bears selections here on Chicago Bears. Now, we'll work in some super chats. Poppy Chulo Sit says, Des White is the lamest announcer for us ever. Yeah, it's kind of a weird pick. Like, for example, Cullen's a Seahawks fan. He's got Sean Alexander and Richard Sherman announcing those picks. Like, come on. Let's dig a little deeper, Bears, but it is what it is. The Polish hardware store, Harrison, be like King Poles and fleece a team in a trade. No trades, unfortunately. Although, I also, after we go through this live mock draft, we're going to do a couple of segments, including my latest Bears mock draft. And we're doing it with the twist today. I thought this would be a fun exercise, Cullen. Every original Bears pick that the Bears have this year, I have to trade. So they pick it 10, 39, 41, 72, 148, 233, and 240. In this mock draft, I don't pick at any of those spots. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, listen, I mean, it's going to be somewhere in between, right? Like, obviously the Bears, I don't think are going to make all their picks traded or by the end of it, but I also don't think they're going to stand pat. So it's going to be interesting. Let us know down below, how many trades do you think Ryan Poles and the Bears will make during the NFL draft?
I'd set the over-under at 1.5. My gut tells me they're going to try and move off of one of those second-round picks, whether it's to move up slightly in round 2 or back into round 1, or to trade back from one of those spots, maybe acquire an additional 3rd or 4th-round pick. That would be my guess. I think when it's all said and done, they end up picking at 10 on draft night, but it could just depend how the board falls. Isaiah says, would trading up for Abdul Carter be worth it? Also, thoughts on drafting Yaya Black. Is that the Iowa?
I think so.
Let me double check.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, Iowa.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Iowa defensive lineman. Not very productive last year. Maybe day 3. I haven't looked into him much. But Carter, I mean, how much am I – I'm not giving up a future first to do it. Like, there's no one in this draft that I'm giving up a future first to go get. Now, if he got past the top 3, like if the Giants take Shador at 3, for example, and he gets to the 4 to the Patriots, and Patriots like Abdul Carter a lot, but they really want to go O-line, and they feel like they can get one at 10. Like, would you trade like 10, 39, and like a 3rd next year or something to move up to 4? I mean, I would consider that, but I don't think I would trade both 39 and 41 to move up, and I don't think I would. In fact, I know I would not give up a future first. So it really just depends. Like, I really like Abdul Carter, but I don't like him so much that I'm giving up a future first to go get him. So I don't know how you feel about that.
No, I mean, listen, I really like Abdul Carter. I think he's going to be a difference maker in this league for a long time. That being said, I mean, the price to go get an Abdul Carter would be, in my opinion, it would take a future
like
first.
New England, if they would consider trading that pick, I think they'd only do it for a future first.
Right.
And because to me, he fits a Vrabel defense really well. So if they're going to pivot off picking him, then I think they would want 10, probably one of those seconds and a 1 next year. And to me, that's too steep of a price to pay if I'm the Bears. So I would not do that. Who do you guys want the Bears to draft at 10? And when we're on the clock, we'll ask you guys. Ultimately, Cullen and I will be collaborating to make this pick. And just so you know, we're going to make this pick based on what we would do, not what we think the Bears would do. So, like, a player I really like, for example, is Mike Green. I don't think the Bears will draft him because he has shorter arms. Now, full disclosure, if I take him, I'm taking him based on the football. I can't speak to the off the field stuff, but I don't think the Bears would take him. But there's a scenario where I might. So let me know who you want the Bears to draft at 10.
Yeah, get those down below. I see a lot of Genties. We got a lot of Genty fans in the chat.
Tyler Warren's in there a couple times.
Yep. Got to see some Warrens. I think Warren will be, a potential option for the Bears come draft day. Again, depending on how the board falls. Again, like you said, like I took defensive tackle with my first second-round pick for the Bears in the mock draft. Today we might, mix it up because I'm thinking like edge could be a potential option there. So again, depending on how the board falls, who's available, but maybe we go left tackle there. Who knows? I mean,
and I'm glad we're doing this because I feel like when I do my Bears mock drafts, you see some of the same themes, right? Mm-hmm. But now that you got so many people making their own picks, there could be scenarios that we haven't really run into when we're picking at 39 or 41 or even 10. So I think it could open the door for a potentially interesting scenario for Chicago. Here's the interesting thing. Since we're not doing trades, there's a real scenario where only one quarterback goes in the first round. Because if Trace doesn't take Shador at 9 with the Saints.
He's taking Shador.
You think he is?
I
Let's just say he doesn't,
pressed.
though. Who would take him? I don't think anyone. Any of our users.
So
would the Rams, like Jackson is controlling the Rams, you don't think he'd do it at 26?
No, I don't think so. And that's the thing. And our Steelers host is anti-Shador as well. So
he would take Shuck over Shador.
Yeah, he would.
And I don't think he'll take Shuck at 21.
I don't think he will either.
Although with Rodgers kind of half retiring here.
Shadorlands will be rocking in chat sports. That's my bold prediction, if you want to even call it.
I don't think it's bold. But who knows? What if there's some player Trace loves at 9?
I did talk to his producer a little bit before the show, so we'll see.
I'm going to try to not look at production, by the way. I want to kind of just...
Oh, so you just want me to just kind of just throw it on screen and then that way do that way?
Like for the other picks, because I know people are putting it in production, so I'm going to try to not look down.
Gotcha.
Okay, Cornelius... If the Bears big board somehow got leaked to you, would you? I think you asked me this already, like a couple weeks ago. I don't think I would.
It's this question.
Oh, it's
freaking stupid.
It's our software glitch.
Gotta love it.
If Graham, Genty, Warren, Campbell are all off the board, you must draft Mike Green. The kid is a future star. Yeah, I think I've gone through that scenario. Like Mike Green is like the last guy as a player. Again, I don't have all the information for the off the field stuff. That I love at number 10, or I really like at least. Like, obviously, like the guys that won't get there, Carter, Travis Hunter, Mason Graham's a long shot. Genty, I love. Tyler Warren, I love. Will Campbell. I would even throw Mimbu in there. But Green's kind of that last guy. Like, if Green got to 10, I'd be all over that pick if the off the field checked out. And for this exercise, since I don't have full information, I would be willing to draft him.
Our Niners host is also big on Mike Green as well, too.
Yeah.
So he could go to 11. You never know.
Okay. Hopping. What would you be looking for in a trade down package if none of your guys are at 10? If you are Ryan Poles, if not, who would be worth trading back into the first round for? I think guys to trade back in for that you would consider are like the Simmons and Conerlys of the world. Like if they get to the 20s, would you come back in to get one of those guys? Like say you do get Genty or Warren or a defensive lineman at 10, but you really want a left tackle. And data shows us that if you don't get a or an offensive tackle in the first round, the hit rate after round 1 plummets. Now, I do think there's a couple of guys that could hit. Like if Ursary falls to round 2, I think he's got a pretty good chance to at least be a good player. I also would not be shocked if he snuck into round 1 just because of, we talk about a quarterback tax. I think a tackle tax is a thing as well. Like we saw, Guyton last year went into round 1 where like no one mocked that just because there's always teams that need tackles.
Yep.
But in terms of like who else I would trade for, like, I don't know if there's a defensive tackle that slid, like if like if Walter Nolan or Derek Harmon was there at like 26, 27, like would I come back up? I'd probably do that. Kenneth Grant maybe.
Yep.
I don't think I'd do it for a non-trenches player. Like, if you don't go running back at 10, I don't think I'm trading back into round 1 for a back. I guess unless Hampton slipped, like if he got past Denver at 20, would I maybe be willing to do it? But I also just like the options that should be there on day 2.
Very true.
So.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can go. If you're forced to make the pick, to be honest, like Hampton at 10 is not the crazy. Like, I don't love the value.
There's a world that exists where that ends up playing out.
But yeah, I think there's definitely some trade back into the first round buzz that Bears fans should be looking out for. I agree.
Yeah. All right, Jeremiah Gonzalez, thoughts on Xavier Watts at 72? Oh, I think at 72 it's fantastic.
Yeah, it would be.
I don't think he's fallen to the 4th. I know he didn't test amazing, but such an instinctive player, ball hawk, always around the football. I'd be okay with him 39-41. At 72, I think it's incredible value. I just think a few of the safeties get pushed up a little bit.
Yep.
Because I think there's a big drop-off after the top, like, 4 or 5. Like, you've got Starks, Eamon have kind of emerged as the top 2. That next chunk is what? Like, Watts and is Makuba in that next chunk, or is he in, like, that third chunk?
You're saying for safeties. I mean, it's so you've got Watts, you got Eamon obviously in Starks, you got Watts, you've got honestly Kevin Winston Jr. from Penn State. He's been rising up. I personally don't love him in the second round.
To me, he's more 72.
Yeah, like that's the range I would take him. Billy Bowman.
You know who people like? That Jonas Sanker guy, Virginia.
He's one of my draft picks.
Yeah, you had him in there. Lathan Ransom could go day 2, but I think he's a little lower.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just it's not a super deep safety draft, so you might see a couple of those guys go a little higher than expected. So
agreed.
We'll have to wait and see.
All right. Captain CB sends in the super chat. What's the biggest need, defensive tackle or defensive end? # Derek Harvey.
I think it's edge, but I also think the defensive tackle class is better. So it's kind of like just take the best player available out of those 2 position groups.
Oh, so Jeremiah's in the chat, by the way. He meant Xavier Restrepo, not Xavier Watts.
I don't want to overreact to the testing, but I'm not taking him day 2.
It's tough.
He's only a slot guy, which is fine if you're really good out of the slot, which I think he can be. But in the NFL, I don't think you're getting much yak. Like, you know who I could see him end up being, and honestly, if he ends up being this, it's probably a good 10-year pro, is like Cole Beasley, who really was a technician, and I'm not trying to make like the white receiver comp, but like didn't give you much after the catch, not dynamic, but reliable on third down, good hands, can run the route tree out of the slot. Like, I think that's kind of the type of player you're looking at. I don't think you're getting like a guy who in the open field in the NFL is making safeties miss. Like, I just don't think you're getting that.
Agreed.
But I would say like 4th round for a player like that. Like, if you told me he's going to be a 10-year pro and catch, I don't know, 50, 60 balls a year, like, take that in the 4th.
He's going to drop because of the testing. No matter, it's the fact of what it is.
Before the testing, he was like a guy that people thought could go 2nd round. I think 3rd is probably his ceiling now.
What was it, like a
3rd to 5th probably now?
I'd say, that 3rd's pushing it. Like, a team really
like, look, if he got to 148 and the Bears hadn't taken a receiver yet in that 5th round, take him. Because he's a good football player, but he's just not dynamic at all. Yeah. Like, even if, I know he said afterward he felt tightness or whatever, but wanted to work out anyway. That felt like agent talk. But even if there's some truth to that, okay, you ran a 4.85. What, on a good day you ran a 4.78?
Yep.
Like, I'm not trying to make everything about the 40, but it does like kind of, it is an indicator in some cases, especially a guy who already just profiles only as a slot.
Yeah.
Like, I remember a few people tweeted me like, Keenan Allen ran a 4.71. Well, there was a documented injury, and B, he's 6'2", 210 pounds.
There's a difference.
Like, early in his career, he could play a lot of outside receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Restrepo is 5'9", 5'10", 200 pounds. He's not playing X or even Z. He's slot only. So, yeah, kind of a long-winded way of saying
no thanks.
Not in the 3rd round. Captain
nope.
says.
Nope, sorry.
Oh.
So we. Oh no, we haven't done this one yet.
Yeah. I started to answer it. I think it's edge. There's that report that they might look at DT more, but I don't think it's such a gap, Cullen. Like if you're like if their goal is to get a defensive lineman on day 2, let's say, the second round. If the defensive tackles on your board are higher than the edges, then take the defensive tackle. I think it's a better defensive tackle draft. So I'm not so hell-bent that edge is a bigger need. Just take an impactful defensive lineman. But if you ask me straight up what I think the bigger need is, I would say edge.
Yeah. I agree. And look, I took defensive tackle in mine again, with the report that we got from, I believe it was Matt Miller that, said that they're looking at defensive tackle. To me, it just, what they do in this draft on the defensive line through the first 3 rounds, day 2, whatever, will really tell me how they feel about Dio Odengbo. Because to me, he's such a human chess piece, and again, to a lesser degree, Dexter Lawrence, or not, Javon Dexter, I don't know why it's Dexter Lawrence. But, yeah, I mean, if they go defensive tackle, I think Dio may be more, because again, they could still play him inside, but they may view him as just strictly, mainly an edge player.
Yeah, primary edge. What's interesting? Dennis Allen's just talked to the media, and he said he's talked to Kyler Gordon about taking on a second position to keep him on the field more, because obviously there are whatever percentage of snaps per game where you're not in a nickel formation. He said safety and outside corner are options. Now, at Washington, he played outside corner. And early, if you guys remember, his rookie year, he wasn't anti-nickel, but I remember talking to the media, he viewed himself as an outside guy. So I think here's my prediction. They're going to give him reps at both those spots in addition to nickel. 1, to hedge for Tyreek Stevenson a little bit if that ends up not working out. 2, because you're kind of thin at safety right now. So that's pretty interesting. I think he would be a pretty fun box safety because he's such a willing hitter. And he's probably a little smaller, but he plays much bigger than his size. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets some reps at safety this year. I don't mind him in a Tyrann Mathieu roaming role, just kind of I think he's that type of athlete and player because he's such a willing tackler. He can cover. So I'm excited to see what Dennis Allen does with him. They clearly have a vision for him.
That they do. They do. I mean, clearly with the extension, right?
That's what I'm saying,
they believe in him. They do.
Emiliano. After this, these next 2, we will knock out that segment, Cullen, and then we'll get ready.
Cool.
Emiliano says, cool haircut. Trade up for Graham, Carter, or stay at 10. Get Genty, draft Sawyer around 2. I've seen some mocks where Sawyer gets to 72. Fire me up if that happens.
Yeah, I think 72, I don't necessarily love, because you kind of highlighted it, he's got some, imperfections, again, for Dennis Allen's defense, but if he's there in the 3rd round.
Yeah, for 6'4", 260, he's got shorter arms. We've talked about that with Mike Green, but he's such a freak athlete, and he plays bigger than his size. But, 3rd round for what – I just think the intangibles alone. We know he's at least going to be a solid football player, but – I just think you add a guy like that into your locker room, there's so much value with that. So if you told me he got to 72, I would be thrilled. I kind of feel like 39-41's a little early, especially in this defense. But I'd much rather take JTT in that chunk.
Agreed.
Checks more boxes, bigger upside. So,
agreed.
Okay, last super chat for now, but keep firing them in. Buck Melanoma says, if all blue chips are gone, I'd take Jahad Campbell at 10. Linebacker isn't a premium, but Campbell's blue chip adjacent plus scheme fit is more vital for defensive lineman, not inside linebacker. Bears need linebacker. Look, that's the one pick I think that would be shocking, but I could see it happen. I'd much rather see it in a trade down. But if you look at a lot of these draft big board guys like the Brugers, the Jeremiahs and stuff, he's a fringe top 10 player in this draft. And they just extended TJ Edwards, but unless Tremaine has a really good year, I think they're going to cut him. So I do think they're going to draft a linebacker at some point. I doubt it's in round 1, but if the board falls in a way that doesn't benefit the Bears, you never know. If they view Campbell as an excellent 10-year pro who can play off ball and also be a blitzer, which we know he profiles to be, I wouldn't be shocked.
No, not at all.
All right, let me get some water. Battling the voice. It's like free agency all over again.
I know. We're doing this like little test run just to honestly see how much Harry's voice can survive these 3 rounds.
Yeah, hopefully this weekend I'm going to be like those military guys who don't talk for 6 months.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to talk.
Just nothing.
Just not going to talk.
PJ.
That's impossible because I have a 2-year-old, but
Yeah.
That's going to be the goal.
Just a lot of nodding and a lot of thumbs up.
I'll teach PJ sign language.
There we go.
Although I'll have to learn sign language first. So.
Fun fact: I took sign language in high school. Actually.
Really?
Don't remember a lick of it, but.
You don't remember any of it? I think it'd be cool to learn.
I remember some of the cuss words, but that's. There you go. Yeah.
All right. We're going to get into some Bears draft rumors. You guys see the clock. After this segment, it'll be about that time to get into the mock draft, so stay tuned. Is a new name emerging as a possibility for the Chicago Bears with the number 10 pick in the NFL draft? Welcome into Bears Now by Chat Sports. My name is Harrison Graham. An ESPN draft analyst said something pretty interesting recently, and I'm going to give my thoughts and take in just a moment. Plus, one other story that I think could impact the Bears on draft night that I want to discuss as well. But listen, we're going to be live for all 7 rounds of the NFL draft. Myself, producer Cullen, reacting to every single pick. Deep analysis on every single Bears pick. Partying it up with you guys. Don't miss out. Starting on Thursday the 24th all the way through Saturday the 26th. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. We'll be here for all 7 rounds. Okay, Matt Miller, ESPN draft analyst, who I actually really like his work, said, if the Bears sit at 10 with no Ashton Genty on the board, give me Colston Loveland to run 12 personnel with Cole Kmet, and I'd take him over Tyler Warren. Better mover, better blocker, better route runner. So let's talk a little Colston Loveland, the Michigan tight end, if he could be a fit with the Chicago Bears. And look, some draft analysts just like him better, period, on their overall big board than Tyler Warren. I would say, if I had to guess in NFL circles out of 32 teams, I'd say Warren is higher on probably 20, 22 boards, Loveland 10 to 12. I don't think it's unanimous. I think they're both really, really good prospects. You look at his last couple of years at Michigan, obviously this year, they did not have good quarterback play at all, but still had 56 grabs and almost 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. You saw the year before with a more capable offense and quarterback and J.J. McCarthy, less catches, but you saw like the more explosiveness, right? 14 yards per catch, et cetera. He was able to generate more big plays for that offense because they were just more balanced, and that created more opportunities for him as their leading pass catcher. I did want to make it clear. I think he's a really good prospect. I like Colston Loveland a lot. I don't think he's a great blocker, but neither is Tyler Warren. But he's probably like a smoother player, if that makes sense, than Tyler Warren, especially is just a true tight end. Like, to me, this debate between him and Warren is pick your flavor. If you want a more traditional tight end that can do kind of what you would want out of your tight end, both as a receiving weapon and as a blocker, then yeah, Colston Loveland might be your guy. And you could even argue as a pure tight end, his ceiling is higher. He kind of glides when he runs, like you can see the smoothness. But if you want a guy who's just a weapon, who can do a variety of different things that, to me, pigeonholing him as just a tight end is a disservice, then you take Tyler Warren. And that's why I'm more of a Tyler Warren guy, because I already have a good traditional tight end in Cole Kmet. So I look at Tyler Warren as a guy, and it's just my opinion. Clearly Matt Miller feels differently. I think Warren can complement Cole Kmet in this offense better. He's physical after the catch. He's a rugged player. He can hold his own as a blocker as well. I'd say they're both similar blockers in terms of capability. I'd say average. Not bad, but clearly can improve. We've talked about the extracurriculars you can do with him. I think you can split him out wide, throw jump balls to him. I think he's a better contested catch guy than Colston Loveland. Sure, he may not be the smoothest player of all time. He's got some of that ruggedness. Like Loveland, as a receiving tight end, probably profiles more as a Travis Kelce. Not that he'd be Kelce, whereas I think Tyler Warren with the ball in his hands is kind of like Gronk, like good luck tackling him. And I just think with Ben Johnson as your coach and as your play caller, I prefer Warren because you can do more things with him. And we know Ben Johnson is a creative guy that the second they drafted Warren, he'd probably have 10 different play ideas in his head that he would try to get him the ball in a variety of different ways. Regardless of who you like better, and regardless of if they take a tight end in the first round or not, you're going to have to add at this position. You cannot go into week one with Cole Kmet, Durham Smythe, and Steven Carlson. You could have all three of them on your 53, but that better mean you've added a fourth guy. Like that's just not good enough, in my opinion. So I don't know if they're going to take a tight end at 10. I don't know if Colston Loveland in that Bears war room is truly a player they would consider in that spot. I would like it better in like a small trade down. Now, I think Indianapolis at 14 is a spot where if he's there, they would heavily consider that because they need a tight end desperately. But, maybe Miami trades up 3 spots and you took him at 13 and picked up an extra third or something like that in the process. I want to know from you guys, who would you rather have? Pick a tight end for the Bears. Type CL for Colston Loveland or TW for Tyler Warren. I like Warren specifically for this team, but there are teams out there where I can hear the argument like Loveland for that team probably makes more sense. So I'm a TW guy overall, but especially for the Bears. Now, again, when you look at this worst-case mock draft scenario, which we've outlined a couple of times, in this scenario where all 9 of these players go and the guys I really like for the Bears like Campbell and Graham and Genty and Mimbu and Green and Warren, if they're all off the board, in this outcome, especially if you can't find a trade down, I'd be okay with Colston Loveland in that scenario. He'd be in a group of about 5 players I would consider. Like a Colston Loveland, a Kelvin Banks, a Josh Conerly, a Walter Nolan, a Derek Harmon, a Marion Hampton. Those would be the type of players I would consider at 10 in that scenario. So I don't think it's some egregious take by Matt Miller. I disagree that I would take him over Tyler Warren if both were available. But in a vacuum, Colston Loveland going number 10 overall in this draft, I could see it. I could absolutely see it for the Chicago Bears. Okay, let's hit this other story in just a moment. Potential good news. There's a storyline going on with another team picking inside the top 10 that could benefit the Bears, especially when it comes to a specific prospect. We'll get to that here in just a moment, but I do want to tell you guys first, battle on a cough here, about our sponsor, Rocket Money. Do you guys have a coffee habit where you spend $5, $6, $7 on a latte every day or some other drink? Maybe you have a ton of streaming services that you pay for and you keep adding to your repertoire, online newspapers. Well, that stuff can add up fast. You can start spending hundreds of extra dollars per month than you even realize. Rocket Money is going to help you get out of those spending habits. It's a personal finance app that can help you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, and help lower your bills so you can grow your savings. It'll list out all the subscriptions that you pay for on a monthly basis, and you'll realize, oh my God, I'm spending like $200, $300 per month. I got to cut that back. And if you want to cancel, service A, service B, I'm not going to list specific ones, but I don't watch that service anymore. Oh, I don't really think that's worth the price anymore. Click a few taps of a button. Rocket Money will help you get that subscription canceled. That way you don't have to deal with back and forth customer service. Lots of benefits to using Rocket Money, staying on top of your upcoming bills, setting budgets, and they'll send you alerts to let you know if you're on schedule to meet that budget or if you're over budget on a specific month. They'll also kind of send you warnings if it's like, whoa, there's unusual activity on your account, which is very beneficial. There's always a lot of hackers these days. It's all very easy to use, very user-friendly. I like it better than just my normal banking app. Get started today, rocketmoney.com/Bears now. They have saved $500 million for their 5 million customers in canceled subscriptions alone, and members can save up to $740 per year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel those unwanted subscriptions right now. Reach your financial goals today with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Bears now. That is rocketmoney.com/Bears now. Link is in the live chat and the comments and description. rocketmoney.com/Bears now. Okay, little Raiders story. Colton Miller, their left tackle, not currently participating in the voluntary offseason program. He's a vet, so it may mean nothing. But as Fowler notes, he is seeking a contract extension, 7-year starter, set to be a free agent next year. Is only making $12 million this year, whereas the top of the market has more than doubled that. Las Vegas has not, up to this point, engaged in contract talks with the former first-round pick. I think there's a real scenario, regardless of this story. I know everyone Genty to the Raiders, and I do think he's the favorite to go there. But if they're non-committal on Kolton Miller's future, they currently do not have a good option at right tackle, short-term or long-term. If they're unsure about Miller beyond this year, and they like a tackle, like to me, you got to really consider taking that tackle. Whether it's Will Campbell if he's sitting there, whether it's Armin Mimbu if he's sitting there, whether it's trading back to get more capital and take a tackle a little bit later. Do I think Genty's the favorite for Las Vegas? Yes, but do I think that's a done deal? No, and I do think there's a scenario where the Bears still get him at number 10, because if they go tackle or some other scenario at number 6, like we've said, I think if Genty gets past 6, the odds of the Bears getting him increase exponentially. Because look who's picking after the Raiders. I know that story emerged that the Jets could take Genty and trade Breece Hall. Okay, I'll believe it when I see it. We know for a fact Carolina will not take him. Now maybe a team trades up with Carolina and takes him, but Carolina just extended Chuba Hubbard and they drafted Jonathan Brooks in the second round last year. They are not drafting Ashton Genty. And then the Saints at 9, I guess I can't completely rule it out, but they're pretty heavily linked to quarterbacks now, whether it be in Shedeur Sanders or Jackson Dart. I think if they didn't go quarterback, they would go with a defensive lineman. I just don't see those 3 teams taking Genty. Now, there is still the scenario where a team trades up. What if Dallas loves him and they trade up from 12 to 8 with Carolina, give up a third-round pick and get him? Like, that could certainly happen. Could some team further down like Denver offer a future, a 20, a second, and a future second? Like, there are certainly bullets you would still have to dodge, but if there are no trades, I'd feel pretty good about Genty falling to number 10 with the Bears, which I know is a scenario we would all love, right? I've made it clear from the beginning, at least since they added their offensive lineman, that this is a scenario I'd really like to see play out. All my eggs aren't in the basket because I'm not going to let myself get worked up if it doesn't happen. There are other players I like there, but he is at or near the top of the list of the players that could fall to 10 that I would like to see the Bears draft. I like the fit. He's versatile. He can catch the football. I think the pairing with DeAndre Swift is a good one. Could help keep Genty's touches down a little bit in year 1 since he had almost over 400 touches last year at Boise State, which is obviously a shitload. The Raiders are the key because I don't think he goes before Vegas. And if he gets after Vegas, I think he could get to 10 for Chicago. And remember last year, we saw that footage kind of emerge that Ryan Poles thought about pulling the trigger to move up for Rome Odunze, and they ended up not doing it, and he fell to them at 9. You could see that play out again. Does he get antsy and trade up to try to get him? Does he play it out and see if he gets there at 10? Really comes down to what their big board looks like. All right, who do you guys think lands Ashton Genty? Type R for the Raiders, B for the Bears, or O for other. I think it's one of those top 2 teams. Hopefully it's the Bears, but I would concede that the Raiders are the favorite. But I don't think it's a done deal. I really don't. I think tackles in play. I think trading down and taking a corner is in play. Hell, maybe the Raiders and Bears trade. I wouldn't rule that out. Bears offer, 72 to move up to 6. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. All right, we're a week away from the NFL draft. It's going to be very, very exciting. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We have you guys covered on every draft update, news, rumor item that's out there. A couple more mock drafts down the stretch here, so be on the lookout for those. Bear down. All right, good timing. The Titans are going to be on the clock here in about 3 minutes. If you're just joining us, we're doing a Chat Sports live 3-round mock draft where the Chat Sports hosts of all the teams make the picks. Now, we don't have channels for all 32 teams, so there are a few that we'll have to lean on people behind the scenes or whatever simulator they're using to make those picks. But for the most part, it's kind of like draft night. We're picking for the Bears, myself and producer Cullen. Obviously, it'll start with the Titans at the top. We don't have a Titans live channel today, but we do have a Titans channel and a host, and he'll be making that pick off air. I think we know who he's taking.
Yeah, let's just keep it simple here. I don't think we're gonna do anything too crazy, but you never know.
Alper would be one to throw a curveball.
Yeah, I would not put it.
But I don't think he will.
No, I think he'll.
Damian Lillard cleared of the blood clot.
Good.
There you go.
That's such a scary situation, man.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Is he going to play in the playoffs?
I don't know. I know he was ruled out for the beginning, right? The beginning of the playoffs. I think he was out.
Yeah, maybe if they advance, he'll come back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good to see. Good news regardless.
Yes.
All right. Hit that like button if you're ready for this thing to start. We only got 98 likes. By the way, since this is about to start, I'll tell you what. If we get a $50 super chat before this thing starts, I'm doing a beer bong.
Ooh, okay.
You want to make it a race?
Let's do it.
$50?
Little race.
If we get a $50 super chat before this thing starts, I'm doing a beer bong. It's kind of like draft night.
Yeah, I mean,
we're going to have some fun.
Listen,
Trades are not allowed, by the way. I know a couple people were asking. I mentioned that earlier, but if you're just joining us, we're not doing trades. A lot of the purpose of this is to test our draft graphics and stuff like that. So if it goes well this year, though, we've talked about doing trades next year if we do it, but no trades, unfortunately. As fun as that would have been.
It would have been. It would have. Jared coming up with a $5 super chat. We appreciate you, brother. Says, drafting a running back at 10 is a waste of a pick. No running back in recent draft history is still on their original team besides Robinson, and he's underwhelming at best.
Have you heard of Jahmyr Gibbs? And no, Bijan is not underwhelming. Now, could you make the argument that that pick has not vaulted Atlanta in the way they had probably hoped? You could probably make that, but it's kind of moot. They haven't had quality enough quarterback play. If the Bears think Caleb's that dude and that adding a good running back to make this offense balanced, then it can make a big difference. So I think Jahmyr Gibbs has made a pretty big impact in Detroit.
I mean, he's arguably, top 5?
If they redrafted that, I don't think he's fallen to 12.
No. I mean, just in the league right now, though, as a running back, he's one of the better ones.
I mean, if I'm starting a team today and I can pick any running back, I don't think I'm getting to 5 guys before Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially, I would go Gibbs and then, honestly, they're set up with Demo, Montgomery. I mean, they blend each other perfectly. All right, here we go.
Here we go. All right, we got another super chat coming in from K Cobra. Says, do you think they'll use Roschon Johnson as a fullback? From K Cobra.
I mean, they've lined him up there on a few snaps before, but not as a full-time guy.
Yep.
Maybe in certain situations.
Fair enough.
Do you guys are they having you all use on the clock and all that stuff?
Yeah, I'll get that situated here in a second.
I just didn't know how you all are doing that.
No, yeah.
This thing's about to get started. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock in our live Chat Sports mock draft.
Ooh, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Gonna tweet out that this starts now.
There we go, baby. Woo! The Tennessee Titans are on the clock. Oh, man.
Let's go.
And we'll break down the pick. And it looks like the first pick is going to be Cam Ward.
All right, there it is. The Titans select Cam Ward in the Chat Sports Live mock draft.
There we go.
The Cleveland Browns are on the clock. The Cleveland Browns are on the clock.
That's some of the best available here. Browns are on the clock.
We'll have our own best available list come draft night. Our draft analyst, Tom Downey, is getting that finalized between now and next Thursday, but we went ahead and went with one of ESPN's big boards for the exercise today. So you would expect – I think Petey will go Abdul Carter. I know the Browns are going to likely take Travis Hunter, but Petey's been on the Abdul Carter train. Matthew Peterson, our Browns host. So I would imagine that is the pick here.
Gotcha.
I don't think things get interesting till 4, knowing our crew out there. Because Marshall will take Hunter or Carter.
Yeah.
Does our Patriots host, Allie Barefoot, does she go Will Campbell, which has been the popular pick recently, or does she go in a different direction?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
We shall see. And the pick is in. It is Travis Hunter.
Oh, so he's pivoted.
Travis Hunter. Now the pick for the Cleveland Browns.
I thought he was a Carter guy.
I guess not. Maybe he's pretending he is Andrew Berry. I don't know.
He said he wasn't doing that. All right.
Again, maybe he sees him playing both sides. Who knows? Who knows?
All right. Giants on the clock.
There we go. Giants are on the clock here.
He'll still take Carter, I think.
I don't see any world where that's not the pick. What a smoke screen. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, so here we got it. Who's available?
Yep. So I would imagine Carter ends up being the pick here.
Let's see. Man, Marsh taking his time with this one. He has not set his pick yet. By the way, these picks are going. We have a minute on the clock to make the picks. By the way.
Yeah, we're trying to get this in a rapid fire scenario, so it doesn't take 5 hours. I mean, it's 102 picks.
Yeah.
The first 3 rounds, so
it's a lot of picks.
I'm gonna actually pull up a PFF mock and just kind of.
But Marshall. And the pick is
nice spelling, Marsh.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Good
All right.
stuff. Here in a second, as soon as it's in, Sam goes, who?
Nice. Who?
Who?
All right. What do the Patriots do here?
This is where it really
do they go Will Campbell? I think he's the favorite to be their pick at 4 right now.
Yep.
In the real draft. Good audience today. Appreciate you guys tuning in, doing a Chat Sports Live mock draft. We're live on like 18 of our different YouTube channels with team hosts making the picks. Myself, producer Cullen, will be making the selections for the Bears. Their first pick is obviously coming up at number 10 overall. All right.
I'm just going to have my phone up here.
Here we go.
Patriots are on the clock. We'll see what Allie Barefoot, our Patriots
What's
host,
up,
does.
Julian? What's up?
I have a funny feeling.
Savage says Jalen Walker. That would be something.
That would be.
That would be something.
Yeah, for anybody who's wondering, again, it's 1 minute per round.
We're coming up on that minute.
Per pick.
1 minute per round would be.
Yeah.
That would be something.
Oh, she started typing. Now she's pulling back. What's going to be the pick, Allie?
All right.
What's going to be the pick? Allie's typing.
Don't announce it. I want to wait until I see it on screen.
That's fine.
I want to wait until it's on screen. Predict the pick. The Giants picked Abdul Carter.
Yes.
Erica.
As you can see there at the bottom of your screen.
Let's see.
Will it get in the system?
Let's see. Will Campbell it is.
Will Campbell. All right.
So Jags being simulated.
Let's see.
We'll see what the simulation does. Conventional wisdom would probably say Mason Graham, but what if the simulation takes Ashton Genty?
Or Armand Mimbu. We'll never know.
Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe Ashton Genty.
If it's PFF, McMillan's high on their board. I know the sliders are lean public though.
Shout out to producer Avery for
no Chat Sports Jags. It's one of the few teams we don't have a channel for yet, Jake. The goal is by the next draft, I think, to have all 32 teams. I think we're at 5 or 6 now?
Yeah, 25.
We don't have the Jags, Chargers, Rams.
Jaguars pick is in. It is Tyler
Warren.
Whoa.
There you go.
Man, wow. Brutal. Wow. Not out of the realm of possibility.
I could see it, honestly, because they lost Evan Ingram.
Yep.
They traded Christian Kirk. They have Brian Thomas Jr., who's awesome, but they need, Gabe Davis, to me, is your number 2 weapon. That's pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
So,
what does Mitch
if they're really trying to unlock Trevor Lawrence,
what does Mitch
he could take Will.
Look who's still on the board.
I'm tuning into Raiders right now.
Dude. Because they could go Mason Graham.
They could go Mason Graham, Will Campbell.
Do a bunch of different things.
That pick is actually good for the Ashton Genty Bears hive.
Oh, yes. The hive is strong, baby.
He's letting his chat make the pick.
Please don't let it be a kicker. Who should it be?
Let's see.
Oh, really?
Cross the fingers.
if they
Mitch is typing.
Seeing a lot of Jontes. It is going to be wild. This is going to be wild. You got to put it in production for the team out there. Whenever you want to be. Well, I got what? I got 30 seconds, right?
Mitch is going to use all 30
Mitch is going to
seconds.
use 10 minutes.
Yes.
It's a minute. It's a
Bring
minute.
him in here, John.
Bring him in then.
Mendo's down there. I'm seeing some Ashton Genties.
Why do I love who am I trolling?
Oh, I see a bear.
I'm not trolling.
Oh, he made the pick. He made the pick. And it is. As soon as Sam puts it in, our lead producer.
They'll probably get pissed. I put this in Prati.
Yeah, no, for sure. Dude, no, seriously. At this point,
If trades were allowed, guys, I would be calling the Jets
right now.
because
Will it get announced? On there, Sammy?
I'll just tell you guys, they're going Genty.
Yep.
If this is the real draft, I'd be calling the Jets.
Oh,
No
100%.
trades, but I would be calling the Jets.
All right. You still have two potential options there, Harry, that are kind of.
I don't know why I kept saying Will Campbell, by the way. He's off the board.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
You're good.
All right, you want to recap the picks so far?
Yeah, we can do that.
Just to get more graphic repertoire
Yeah, no, for sure.
as well.
So the first four picks went as followed. Cam Ward went to the Titans. The Browns took Travis Hunter. The Giants took Abdul Carter. The Patriots then took Will Campbell there in New England. Number 5, the Jags took Tyler Warren. Ashton Genty went to the Raiders. And at number 7,
We have 7 and 8 in, I
Okay.
think.
yeah. So do you want to just push that? Yeah.
Yeah, you can put.
There we go. All right. So number 9, the Saints. The Saints are
And the
officially
simulator got us. Mason Graham to Carolina.
on the clock. Jesus. I mean, you knew that was going to happen, right?
That'd be a dream for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Because especially remember they missed out on Milton Williams in
Yeah.
free agency. They tried to get him.
Yeah.
What a dream scenario. This is actually kind of a disaster for the Bears.
Yeah.
All the guys I want are gone.
All of them are gone.
All of them. Every player.
So this is the worst.
This is a
case.
doom.
This is a very big doom.
This is a doom, baby.
And we can't trade.
I'm not taking Jalen Walker. I don't care what the chat says.
Yeah, that's. We got Jalen Walker. Here's some more players that are available. Are here. So
We all know who I'm taking. We all know who I'm taking. We all know who I'm taking, baby.
All right. Just to recap again, just want to show the first 8 picks of this draft. Cam Ward went number 1 overall to the Tennessee Titans. Travis Hunter went number 2 to the Cleveland Browns. Number 3, Abdul Carter goes to the New York Giants. Number 4, Will Campbell, the offensive tackle from LSU, to the Patriots. At number 5, the Jags go Tyler Warren out of Penn State. Number 6, the Raiders take Ashton Genty, the running back out of Boise State. Armand Mimbu goes to the Jets at number 7, and Mason Graham somehow falls to the Panthers at number 8.
If the Saints go quarterback, and we're going to pause in the action because there's a sponsor on another show that has to get knocked out real quick. Who do you guys want if a quarterback goes? So everyone's available. Who should the Bears draft at number 10?
Yep.
Names to consider: Amarian Hampton,
Yep.
Kelvin Banks,
Yep.
Josh Simmons, Josh Conerly, Walter Nolan, Derek Harmon, Jalen Walker, Mike Green, Colston Loveland,
Yeah.
Mykel Williams.
Man, oh man.
Who are we taking?
Who are we taking?
I mean, for all the guys I want to be gone by 8, that's brutal.
That is very brutal.
That's brutal.
To where the Saints, it doesn't even matter who they pick, really. I mean, unless they go out of left field. Again, Trace could make this very interesting.
If the Raiders would have taken Graham, I think we'd be in a good spot. I think Genty would have gotten to us.
I think so, too.
Because I think the Jets still would have gone Mimbu. And then Carolina would have taken, I don't think, or they wouldn't have taken Genty. They would have taken, like, Shamar, whoever.
Yeah.
And then the Saints would go quarterback, I think.
Back to business. Trace and the
All right,
Saints
are on the clock. He's taking Shador.
Yeah. It
Shador
was always
Lens.
Shador.
Tee it up, baby.
Tee it up. Tee it up, man.
I wish he would take Jalen Walker just so the chat wouldn't try to bully me into taking him. He is the best player available for ESPN's big board. For those wondering, for my Bears Now big board, my best player available is Mike Green.
Yes.
Mike Green.
That would be the pick.
Now, that doesn't mean I could go in a different direction, but he is my
I've seen a lot of Hamptons.
best player
I've seen
available.
some Mykels, seen some Greens.
The reason no
Walker.
Jalen Walker's, I don't know what he plays in this defense. You're telling me a 6'1", 240-pound player's in a three-point stance, 70% of snaps?
Yeah.
He's never done that.
Never.
He's not, even if he has, he's not built to do that in a fourth. Like,
Yeah.
I think sometimes we pigeonhole guys, but like, oh, TJ Watt's more of a 3-4 guy. Like, okay, but he's a lot bigger.
I misread that. I almost had a heart attack for a second.
What did you think, Shamar?
Why? Because I read it as no, and I forgot
Oh.
New Orleans, NO. But,
That's funny.
yeah. Pick is in, folks, or it's about to be in for the New Orleans Saints.
Like TJ Watt at the combine.
There it is.
Measured in at 6'4.5", 250.
Yep.
That's Jalen Walker, 6'1", 243.
Again, here's just a recap of all the best players available. Jalen Walker, Will Johnson, Jod Campbell, Walter Nolan, Mykel Williams, Tedro McMillan, Josh Simmons, Colston Loveland, Malachi Starks, Mike Green, Kellen Banks, Emeka Ibuka.
I want to hear who you would take. This is our war room. This is our
Yeah.
time.
I would honestly, if this was the board, I would be between Green, Williams, and I'd think about Walter Nolan here. I don't think I'd pick him.
And this is if I can't trade. If I could trade, I'd probably trade.
Yeah.
To me, it's Mike Green or Mykel Williams.
Yep.
I like Green better, but if I had access to the off-the-field info and I didn't
Right.
like it, I'd take Mykel. Think about Mykel Williams. He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
Turns 21 in July.
He's young.
He is, and his floor is a run stopper. He's already an excellent run defender.
Yep.
All right. I'm sending it in, and you guys will see it on screen.
Yep. Officially.
You guys predict who I'm picking. I just sent it in. It'll be on screen momentarily.
Be on screen. I respect it. I really do. I really, really do. Chase Shambles. He's a fan. All right, the pick is in. It
Mike
is
Green.
Whew.
Do we have, you want to do a little Mike Green
Yeah, we
draft
got you.
graphics
Yeah.
breakdown?
Yeah, man.
So Mike Green, the edge out of Marshall, is the pick I go with. I think from a pure football standpoint, he's one of the 10 best players in this draft. Lit it up at Marshall the last 2 years. I get it, smaller school guy, but when he played Ohio State, he had a sack and multiple pressures. When he played Virginia Tech, he had 2 sacks and 8 or 9 pressures. He dominated the Senior Bowl, was the best player there, not edge rusher there, best player there. I love his athletic profile. Sure, you'd like to be a little bigger, especially in a Dennis Allen scheme. I'm sure he'd like him to be more like 6'5", 265, 270 instead of 6'3 and a quarter and 250. But the way he defends the run with strength and power is much bigger than his size. And he's just such a versatile pass rusher. So bendy, so powerful, good finesse moves, excellent spin move. And Downey's third bullet point there, I don't really have concerns with him as a run stopper. Now, sure, he's going to be going up against NFL tackles, so like there's always a learning curve. But I think he's going to be a plus run defender and has a chance to be a special pass rusher. Might take a year going up against NFL talent, but I think he's that good. He's got the off the field, the sexual assault allegations. So again, I'm making this pick, not having a clear answer on that. But I'm going off it as a football pick. Obviously, if the Bears aren't comfortable, they shouldn't draft him. But for this exercise, I am. Dane Brugler says Green is a twitchy athlete with the burst and body control to win a one-on-one as a pass rusher and set a violent edge in the run game. As long as his character checks out, he's one of the top pass rush prospects in the draft with the disruptive ability to be an NFL starter. There's some Khalil Mack vibes and overlap with his build and play style, Cullen. Small school background as well. He also started his career at Virginia, so like he was recruited to play in the ACC. I think he's a really good prospect as a player.
I do too.
I would take him if the off-the-field stuff checks out.
Yeah.
I would.
And that's going to be the biggest question, right? I mean, you know.
I'm aware of that, Soldier Bear. Again, I would not take him in the real draft if I didn't have clear answers.
Right.
You guys, I think you guys know me and my character for what I stand for. That is not something I would sign off on if I had any questions. But I don't have access to this. This is a mock draft.
Yep.
As a player, I think he'd be really good here. And for what it's worth, Dane does have in the Beast his notes that both coaches from Marshall and Virginia Tech raved about his leadership and teammate, and his ability, and him as a teammate. Doesn't mean he didn't do stupid shit off the field. That would cross him off my board. But take that for what it's worth. Harrison, you are fired.
So, grade the pick down below.
Also true, Prometheus.
A, B, C, D, or F. Given how everything went out, again, there's no Genty, no Mason Graham, no Mimbu, no Will Campbell, no Tyler Warren. Grade the pick of my green at 10.
A lot of mixed grades. To be expected. We're doing a 3-round mock. So we got 3 more picks. Jalen Walker to the Niners at 11.
Yep. And the Cowboys won and should be coming in here soon. Oh, it is. Okay. So we're just catching everybody up. So the pick for Dallas, Teteroa McMillan goes number 12. And then I think the Dolphins also picked. So they go Will Johnson. And now the Colts are on the clock. Again, we'll recap the draft here in just a moment. Man, oh man. All right. Let's do some selections. Yeah, let's just kind of review everything.
If you guys want to fire in some super chats, we got a good while until we pick again as well. We can get those on screen.
Yeah. All right. NFL draft so far. Cam Ward, number 1 to the Titans. Travis Hunter goes number 2 to the Browns, followed by Abdul Carter to the Giants, and Will Campbell to the Patriots. Tyler Warren, in kind of a somewhat surprising move, goes to Jacksonville. Ashton Genty to the Raiders. Armand Mimbu went to the New York Jets. Mason Graham goes to the Carolina Panthers at number 8. Shador Sanders, Shadorlins at number 9, new quarterback under Kellen Moore. The Bears here, we took Mike Green with the 10th overall pick. Jalen Walker then goes to the Niners. Teteroa McMillan goes to the Cowboys at number 12. And then the Colts pick actually just came in along with Will Johnson. Jahad Campbell goes to the Colts at number 14.
Someone in the chat said compare Jalen Walker's measurables to Micah Parsons. That's why people are so high on him. Okay, I'll do that for you.
Go.
Jalen Walker is listed at 6'1", 243, 32-inch arms, so not bad. Still on the lower end. Same as Mike Green's, but Mike Green's taller and heavier. Micah Parsons, 6'3", 246, only 31.5-inch arms. So.
Oh, whoa. Atlanta goes Nick Emenwari.
Okay.
All righty. Wow.
Look, if you told me that Jalen Walker's going to be Micah Parsons, awesome. I would take – he should go number 1 overall in this draft.
Wow. Nick Emenwari. Shout out.
All right.
Petey throwing all the curveballs today.
All right.
I'm getting the new link for the Super Chat, guys. Just give me 1 sec. Again, man. You're just joining
I just worry that you take Jalen Walker and you're just like, well, we really like the player. I think you have to have a plan for him.
Yeah.
If you don't, otherwise I worry it becomes an Isaiah Simmons situation where it's like, oh, it's this premier athlete who can do a lot of different things, but, what position does he play?
Sure.
Is he an edge? To me, I don't think he's good enough off-ball linebacker. So I don't think he's instinctive enough.
No.
To me, he's just a stand-up, downhill player.
Yep.
Rush the passer and play downhill against the run. If you get him having to go backwards, I think you're in trouble.
Agreed.
Jared, how good would Gibbs be without the Detroit O-line? I mean, obviously not as good, but I think that's true for any running back ever. So I think the Bears O-line's much improved. I don't think it's Detroit's, but I hear what you're saying. Caden, are we giving up on Dial already? No. But, okay, who's your third edge? Probably Austin Booker, who I'm also not giving up on. That's a glitch up top.
Yep. Yeah, I just saw that. Yep. Not sure what happened there.
No one's giving up on Dial, but you need more edge rushers.
Whoa.
You've got Sweat, Dial, and Austin Booker, and a bunch of question marks. And Booker's still a question mark, I would say. So you're gonna need more there. You're gonna need more there.
Yeah. Sam's fixing the picks, so apologize for that. Last year's picks, it looks like
This is why we're running this
the sim.
this trial run.
There we go.
Feels like Montez is at the back. The back of what?
See, so it actually is Seattle on the clock now. Seats. All right. So let's see. Okay, just to kind of recap there at the bottom, Nick Evanwari did go to the Falcons. Donovan Ezeraku went to the Cardinals at 16.
Okay.
And then Jahdae Barron goes to the Bengals at 17.
Ooh, that's an interesting pick coming up for your Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I have my preferences. Let's put it that way. We'll see.
I assume you would have taken Mr. Calvin Banks. Would that be your pick here at 18?
It's tough to pass on the versatility at tackle. It really is.
Tackle guard flex.
Tackle
Yeah.
guard flex, yeah. We did get another super chat from Marcus. Team needs after Green.
We'll obviously do our round 2 and round 3 picks. Still need a running back, left tackle, safety, linebacker, tight end, or positions you could add at.
Interesting teaser.
Could still go defensive tackle.
Interesting.
Do you like that pick? It's good value, I think.
I don't hate it, no.
It's a good value pick.
I don't hate it. I don't know if and here's the pick. Seattle goes Colston Loveland, tight end.
By the way, Antoine Randall talked to the media today as well, new Bears wide receiver and assistant head coach. He said, last year everyone had Marvin Harrison Jr. number 1, then Malik Neighbors. I had Rome number 1. I don't know if that's just to, grab a headline, but seems like he's excited to work with Rome Odunze. Randall been one of the best receiver coaches in the NFL, so excited to see what he can do with Rome, DJ, and the rest of the group.
Yeah.
All right, so the Bucks on the clock. This will be simmed.
Yeah.
If it was a host, I think Jahad Campbell would for sure be the pick. Or did he already go?
Jahad Campbell, I don't believe is gone.
Who did Cincinnati take?
Jahdae Barron.
Barron, okay.
Oh, no, Jahad Campbell went to the Colts. Yeah, you're right.
That's right. So I don't know who the Bucks will take here. Good call, Colbers.
Shout out to you.
Good call, Colbers.
Yeah, here I'm just gonna some real quick.
By the way, we're $25 away from $100 in super chats. If we get there, I'll knock out a beer bong.
All right, the most polarizing player in the draft is officially off the board.
There
Shamar
it is.
Stewart.
Thank God.
Here, so yeah, make sure you guys subscribe, full off-season coverage and all
that
that.
sub button.
Yeah, keep firing those super chats. We'll get them in on screen as we get one coming in from Ruthless Hauser.
Still only 2 offensive tackles gone.
Yeah.
Banks still there. Conerly, Josh Simmons.
Dude, yeah.
Donovan Jackson, if you want to throw him into that group.
A lot of interesting pieces.
Our guy Ursery could get pushed down to that 39-41 chunk.
And Petey. All right.
Did he just throw us another curveball?
No, that one's actually chalk.
What, Hampton?
Yeah, it was Hampton, yeah.
That'd be ideal for the Broncos if they
would.
just sat at 20 and got Hampton.
Oh, yeah. We'll see.
Ruthless, we're thinking about Scat later on. I think he's criminally underrated. Could be an option at 72. I would not take him at 39 or 41. But we'll see how this draft plays out.
We got Real Adventures saying Kelvin Banks ultimate first-round sleeper, in my opinion.
I wouldn't consider him a sleeper. But there are a lot of mixed opinions on him.
There are.
Some people love him. Some people hate him. Some people like me are kind of in the middle. I really like him. I like his flexibility. He does end up on the ground too much. I think his feet and his balance is average.
Yeah.
That's going to have to get better in the NFL.
We'll recap the picks here in a second, but the Steelers pick is in. It's going to load into our system here.
I bet he's going to, let me guess, Kenneth Grant.
No.
Walter Nolan.
No.
Surely it wasn't a quarterback.
No. You're missing somebody, though, from the group just named.
Derek Harmon. It's a good pick.
Good pick.
It's a good pick. All right.
Yeah. So it's loading in here again. We appreciate all y'all tuning in to this little chat.
Will Harbaugh on the simulator get one of his Michigan men?
Michigan man. Many men.
Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun. Jake says Judkins at 39. Yeah. I'm probably going to take a running back in this 39-41 chunk. Who's picking at 40? The Saints?
Saints. So Trace could.
I may have to go running back on the front end.
Yeah. Just to be safe.
He's a wild card.
Yes, he is.
He could pick fucking anybody.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not loaded in.
We'll get it on screen
Here in a
ASAP.
second. Yeah.
We got like 20 shows live, so.
Fair enough. All right, Derek Harmon, there's the official pick. And then Kenneth Grant ends up going to the Chargers right after.
All right.
So there we go.
Derek Harmon out of Oregon.
A couple defensive tackles go back to back. Here, we can go ahead and recap the draft. Just kind of go back and touch our bases here. Again, if you're just joining us, Chat Sports here. We're doing a live mock simulation draft.
3 rounds.
3 rounds, minute per pick. And here's how it's gone so far. The Titans take Cam Ward. No surprise there. Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter go to the Browns and Giants respectively, with Will Campbell going to the New England Patriots. Tyler Warren heads to Jacksonville, followed by Ashton Ginty to the Raiders, Armand Mimbu to the Jets, and Mason Graham to the Panthers. Should Dorlands becomes a reality, or at least in this mock draft, he goes to number 9. The Mike Green, the edge out of Marshall. Harry selects him at number 10. Jalen Walker to the Niners at pick 11, with Tedro McMillan going to the Cowboys at 12. Will Johnson, the corner out of Michigan, going to Miami. Jahad Campbell, the versatile linebacker, goes to out of Alabama, goes to the Colts. Nick Emenwari, the versatile freak athlete safety, goes to the Falcons at 15. Donovan Ezeraku, the edge out of Boston College, goes to the Cardinals. Jahdae Barron, the versatile slot corner, goes out of Texas, goes to the Bengals. Colston Loveland, Michigan tight end, to the Seahawks. Shamar Stewart, another athletic, great testing at the Combine, goes to the Bucs. Marion Hampton to the Broncos. And I think we're about caught up here. Luther Burton, who just went to the Green Bay Packers. Kenneth Grant, Derek Harmon to the Chargers and Steelers.
Of course the Chargers get Grant.
Of course they do.
The Vikings on the clock. My guy Patrick Seatman, he's actually out of town, so I think this one's being simulated.
Yes. It is being simulated.
So I could see, like, has Starks gone yet?
Maybe. Or actually, I don't
Go to
think
best available.
Yeah, here, let me. Nolan. Kabuka,
Mykel Williams is still there.
Yeah.
So is Walter Nolan.
Josh Simmons, Kelvin Banks, we got Emeka Ibuka, Matthew Golden, Gray Zabel, Tyler Booker.
Did Starks go, guys? Do y'all remember?
I think he did. Or I thought he did.
We just
it just went in to the Texans. Or to the 24, to the Vikings.
There you go.
Went.
There you go.
Sam was too quick.
All right.
Malachi Starks. So now the Houston Texans are on the clock. Donovan Jackson, such a Texan. He really is.
Would you take him here? I think Banks is still there. You don't think he's taking Banks?
And Gray Zabel. He likes Donovan
Josh
Jackson.
Conerly too?
Yeah.
I think I'd go Banks. Well, if you think Jackson gives you left tackle flex too, I know he can be a high level guard.
Yeah.
Banks is kind of a tweener, so
Fair.
he will go offensive line here. You know who's still lingering? Egbuka.
Yeah, he's chilling there.
I think the Patriots will take him, or the Giants early round 2. I don't think he'll get to 39.
Would you take him over running back if he's there at 39?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because I can come back at 72 and get one. If he was there at 39, I would probably take him left tackle at 41, and then, depending who's available, and then probably running back in the 3rd. That's probably what I would do.
It's fair. Let's see how it goes. Again, Texans are on the clock. Jeremy, is milking this pick.
Yeah, let's see. Well, he's on Raiders, so
yeah.
let's check some audiences. Commanders 130, Maine 140.
Oh, okay. Jerry mixing
Matthew
it up a little
Golden.
bit.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Cowboys 370. Guys, be proud of yourselves. This is the highest chat right now, even higher than Raiders. Maybe what's Giants at? Yeah, this is the high. We're the highest. Hey, round of applause to the Bears Now Nation. Round of applause to Bears Now Nation. 750 people watching live. The most watched channel right now. You guys are real ones.
How they all are.
You guys are real ones. I wonder if in real life, if McVay would consider a dart here.
Maybe. I think it has to be at least a discussion.
Yeah.
I don't know if
They're not going to trade up for him, but
yeah.
they don't pick again until 90, so you're not really helping your squad that much this year if you do that.
That's a smart pick, Durham. He goes Kelvin Banks.
Just a BPA pick.
Dude,
Can't go wrong with that.
Can't
Can't go wrong with that. That's a bat. I hate to say it. I love Jeremy. There's too many good O-linemen there to pass.
Agreed.
Like, what was their biggest issue last year? They couldn't protect Stroud.
Now, again, maybe he, auctioned off the pick, but
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. I don't agree.
Ravens here. I wonder if they go – you know who they should take is Zabel to be their Macari replacement.
I don't hate that. Okay, so we've got – just saw this.
Or Mykel Williams.
Yeah.
Joey has to take volunteer.
Yeah, we knew that was happening. We knew it. Ian says, thoughts on the possibility of the Raiders passing on Genty to get Henderson and Judkins in round 2 due to Chip Kelly connection?
It's possible. I don't think that's why they would pass on him, strictly. But that could be in the back of their head, we can get one of our Buckeye boys.
Chip says, what a shocker. That's freaking hilarious.
Oh,
as soon as
man.
this pick loads in. Yeah, boo.
It's James Pierce Jr. here at 27.
Yeah.
If Mykel gets to 39, I'm sprinting to the podium, everybody.
Sprinting, baby.
Actually, do I double down at edge? I just took Mike Green.
I
actually don't think I could.
No, you couldn't. I don't think you should.
Such good value, though.
Now, if Nolan's there.
Yeah. Nolan's there. Might have to. Then my D-line is set, baby.
It's being set. Just wait on the pick to be coming in, guys. We'll get to that next super chat.
$15 away from 100. I'm doing a beer bong.
Yeah, if you guys want to get a little rowdy on a Thursday.
I disagree, Moon. I like him, but I don't think he's the best left tackle. Now, if you're saying that Campbell and Mimbu can't be left tackles,
yeah.
But I think I like a healthy Josh Simmons better. I think as a pure left tackle, I like Conerly better. Now, I think Banks I'd have higher on my board probably because of more versatility.
Yep.
I like Conerly.
Yeah. So James Pierce does go to the Ravens. Walter Nolan now finally goes.
I could sprint, Troy. What are you trying to say?
So, Rick, this kind of is a moot point, but yes, it would be. As you can see at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah,
I was trying to get that up as quick as I could.
Yeah, there he goes.
But
is
yeah.
Micro Mike doing that, or is that a simulation?
I'm willing to bet that's a simulation.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that's being a simulation. It is. It is, baby.
It is.
Shout out to all y'all, man.
Who is Sperry going to take here at 29? Trying to think the way he thinks.
Edge. Who's the here?
He's taking Mykel Williams.
Yeah.
You can take that to the bank.
Yeah, I would probably bet. Yeah, Mykel. So here's the bet. I'll show you the best available real quick, or at least from ESPN. Williams or Simmons still on the board. Mekabuka, crazy.
If they didn't trade for Tunsil, I'd say Simmons would be in play.
There's Tyler Booker, Donovan Jackson, Siobhan Ravel, Travion Henderson.
He's not a Travion guy. Sperry isn't.
No.
So he's not going to take him. I'd be shocked if it wasn't Mykel Williams. Oh!
Wow.
It's not.
It's not. Wow. Okay, Sperry.
He is a big fan of this guy.
He is. I Okay.
I think he's worth. I think he's okay. I don't think it's bad value, but I would have gone Mykel there.
I will say, Jaden Higgins, not the greatest separator. I will say.
Yeah.
Not the greatest.
He's smooth, but
yeah. And there's the official, Jaden Higgins, to the Washington Commanders.
So, for those asking who's making the picks, we have channels like this one, which is Bears Now. For most NFL teams, those channels are all live as well. They are submitting picks for their teams.
Yep.
And for the channels we don't have, we're just running it through the simulator.
There we go.
So, that's how it's going.
Yeah, and we have some more channels that are just not live as well. They have to either
like
be producers
Bills,
or, all that stuff, so. Based on first go round. Gotcha. Okay. So
that doesn't affect us. Or wait.
Oh, so, all right. Smitty is making the pick.
Based on.
Oh, they're planning for the beginning of the round is what I think.
Well, don't we have to do Rocket Money after round one?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Either way, we're fine.
Oh, because they pick so early in.
Yeah.
Round two. Makes sense.
And Smitty, he likes this guy.
Yeah. I don't mind this pick.
He likes this guy.
I don't mind this pick.
See here in a second.
No, we've had several receivers off the board, Captain. Tat McMillan went to Dallas. Luther Burden went to Green Bay. Golden went to Houston. Yeah. By the way, Burden before, I guess it's not egregious.
Yeah, I think that was a simulated pick, I think.
Joey made that Packers
he did,
pick,
actually.
I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
I don't know about that one, Joey. I don't know about that one, Joseph.
Especially with Ibuka still out there.
He's lingering.
He could get to 39 maybe, but I doubt it. Knowing Marshall and Barefoot.
Yeah. At the end of the first round, guys, we'll kind of go over who's the best available.
We got to show love to our sponsor, Rocket Money, as well.
So, all right, so we are slowing down the system here. Apparently, a couple people saying it's too low, too fast, and can't use all the graphics. Okay, so we're slowing down the input just a smidge.
Okay.
All right.
We're chilling here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're having a great time.
It's an interesting pick. I don't mind that. So Trey Amos goes to the Bills at 30, the cornerback out of Ole Miss. We dodged a Conerly bullet here at 31.
I thought for sure that's where Teacher was going to go.
Well, they did pay Jalen Moore. Maybe he's thinking, just plug Zabel in at left guard.
Yeah.
We'll see Asua Mataya.
Yeah. He's not a big fan of Kingsley.
All right, so we got one more pick in round one because Zabel is the pick for the Chiefs.
Hasn't been put into our system yet. We'll get it on screen.
Make sure you guys subscribe. We'll be live for the Real NFL Draft next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday as well. We crossed 120,000 subs recently. Round of applause to all of you. Let's keep this train rolling. Keep this thing growing here on Chicago Bears Now. Myself, producer Cullen, got you guys content every single day.
Trade talk, yes. Hampton did go number 20 to the Broncos.
Hampton's gone. Only 2 running backs, 2 quarterbacks.
I think that's, to be honest, very reasonable that could happen.
I think Dart's a lock for round 1.
You think so?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe. The recent odds had him minus 1,000 to go round 1.
He's climbing up boards.
Now the question is, if the Saints take Dart over Shador, how far could Shador slide?
Didn't have a great meeting with the Steelers, as we found out from our good friend Aaron Wilson on Texans Today.
We'll see. We'll see.
So what we'll do is we'll show the Eagles pick, whoever their 32nd pick is, and then we'll kind of briefly discuss it, and then we're going to get into Rocket Money. And tell you our great friends at Rocket Money.
And go best players available.
Yeah, we'll just kind of come out of that.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Who's gonna be the 32nd pick?
You want to recap up to this point while we're waiting for this last pick?
Sure. All right.
Sure. Dylan says I'm smoking a dart right now.
Oh, shoot.
Love that. 2 o'clock on a Thursday.
All right. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter. No surprise for the top 3. Will Campbell,
Top
number 4.
4, really. No
yeah,
surprises.
I mean, that's pretty chalk. Here's where it gets interesting. Tyler Warren goes to the Jags, number 5. Ashton Jeanty goes to the Raiders at 6. Aaron Mimbu to the Jets at number 7. Mason Graham goes to the Panthers at number 8. Shador Linds is officially a thing. The Saints take the quarterback out of Colorado. Mike Green, the edge out of Marshall, goes to your Chicago Bears. Jalen Walker, the edge out of Georgia.
I made that pick with acknowledgement that I don't have information to the off-the-field stuff. If I was the actual GM and did not feel comfortable with the information we had, I would not take him. But as a football player, I think he's worth it at 10.
Fair enough. And then, Walker to the Niners at 11. Tedero McMillan, T-Mac as he's called, goes to the Cowboys at 12 there. And as you see at the bottom of your screen, Mykel Williams is the final pick of the first round, which we'll highlight again when it comes up. Will Johnson, cornerback out of Michigan, to Miami. Jahad Campbell to the Colts. Nick Immanwari to the Falcons. Donovan Ezeraku to the Cardinals. Jahdae Barron to the Bengals. Colston Loveland to the Seahawks at 18. Shamar Stewart at 19. Omarion Hampton at 20. As we keep going here, Derek Harmon and Kenneth Grant, a couple defensive tackles, go off the board to the Steelers and Chargers, respectfully. Luther Burden sneaks into round 1, goes to the Packers. Malachi Starks, the safety out of Georgia, to the Vikings. Matthew Golden to the Texans at pick number 25. Kelvin Banks to the Rams at pick 26. James Pierce Jr. to the Ravens at number 27. Walter Nolan slides all the way down to 28 for the Lions. And to round out the first round, Jaden Higgins, Trey Amos, Gray Zabel, Mykel Williams to the Commanders, Bills, Chiefs, and Eagles in successive order.
Some notable players remaining. This is a 3-round live mock draft on the Chat Sports Network. We'll take a look at some of the best players remaining coming up and who the Bears could potentially get at 39 and 41. But first, do want to tell you about our friends. Today's sponsor, Rocket Money, the best personal finance app that I've ever used. Get it downloaded today onto your phone. RocketMoney.com/Bears now, personal finance app that helps you find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, and help you lower your bills so you can grow your savings. With prices going up on just about everything lately, being smart with your money isn't just a good idea, it's essential. But managing subscriptions, tracking spending, and cutting costs can feel overwhelming. Lucky for you, Rocket Money takes the guesswork out of it so you can easily make smart decisions. If you're looking to lower some of your bills by up to 20%, upload them to the Rocket Money app. They'll see what they can find for you. You may have to switch providers, but $100 bill could turn to $80. A $200 bill could turn into $160. They're going to find you the best price and the best coverage available. Tons of benefits using Rocket Money, getting those subscriptions canceled that you no longer want to pay for with just the clicks of a few buttons. Setting budgets, staying on top of them with weekly alerts, checking your credit score, knowing when your upcoming bills are going to hit your auto payment. All of that and a whole lot more. Go to rocketmoney.com/Bears now. They have 5 million users and counting and have saved $500 million in canceled subscriptions. Rocket Money has, saving members up to $740 per year when they use all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/Bears now today. That's rocketmoney.com/Bears now. rocketmoney.com/Bears now.
Alrighty.
All right.
That's available.
Browns on the clock. We're going to pick things up at 2:05 Central, so we got a few minutes here. Josh Simmons, if he's there at 39, that's probably an automatic trigger pull for me. Emeka Egbuka, another guy I'd heavily consider. Donovan Jackson, a player I would consider, but I think he's more of a guard than a tackle, so I would prefer Simmons and Josh Conerly Jr., who's in this next chunk of players available. We'll have our Chat Sports big board from Tom Downey for the real NFL draft. We're just rocking with ESPN's right now until that gets finalized. Travion Henderson, I like him, but you guys know how I feel. I like Judkins and Caleb Johnson as better fits with the Bears. Couple tight ends there. There's Judkins, Ariante Ursary. I feel pretty good, Cullen, about one of Josh Simmons, Josh Conerly, or Ursary getting to that 39-41 chunk.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, creating left tackle competition. Ryan Poles has said it before. I think it could be a really interesting spot for the Bears. Man, if Conerly gets there, man, I really like him.
Yep, everything's good in here.
Good,
Does Petey, the Browns host here, go Jackson Dart?
Ooh, interesting.
I would guess yes.
I'd imagine so. In round 2, I feel like it's a safe spot to take one. Again, as you see, kind of more of ESPN's available there on screen. Yeah, I mean, if you're the Giants, do you maybe consider it? Like, maybe?
Jalen Milroe, who they've been linked to.
Maybe.
They're working out Tyler Shuck. I don't think Marsh is going to take him.
Yeah.
He's not a Shuck guy, but
yeah, we can see.
If Shuck is available at 83, he is going to the Steelers because
Yes.
our Steelers guy loves him.
Loves him. Loves him, loves him, loves him. All right, here's some of the picks coming up in the draft. We've got the Browns on the clock.
I'm going to try and predict these while we're waiting.
Go for
Browns, Jackson Dart. Giants, Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah.
Titans, it's, well, what would Halper do?
He loves going receiver here.
I'll say this. Egbuka's not getting past the
He's
Titans.
not getting past 35.
He's going to the Giants or the Titans. Who did the Jags get?
They got Tyler Warren.
Yeah, it's a sim, so it's hard to predict what they'll do. D-line, maybe. Who's the best defensive lineman available? Do we have position best available?
We do. Give me one sec. Let me see. Edge or D-tackle?
You can look at both.
All right,
Edge.
There's these.
Maybe they'd go Scortner, Jackson. Darius Alexander could be an interesting one. Tyleik Williams. Okay. Jags are a wild card. Raiders already got their running back, so they could get one of those tackles, I could see. Or maybe they go wide receiver. Patriots, I think, are a team that could go receiver as well.
Yeah, Allie was pretty pissed at the Luther Burden pick not being available.
Yep.
And then the Bears at 39. I think you just kind of go, left tackle there, do you not? I mean,
yeah.
we'll see. Barring somebody falling.
If Simmons or Conerly is there, that's almost an auto pick. And then I'd probably go running back at 41. Marsh could go Jutkins at 34.
He could. He likes Jutkins.
His dream is 65. He ain't getting to 65.
That's not happening. Not happening.
Not as long as I'm in charge.
Not happening, Marshy. Oh, man.
Mike Green was a good pick. If he checks if the off the field stuff checks out and the Bears feel comfortable, I think he's a very good player.
Yeah, agreed.
How about this? I'll put a poll up. Pick a Josh. Simmons, Conerly. Who would you guys rather have?
Pick a Josh.
I feel like Simmons' upside is probably a little higher, but he's coming off the knee injury. There's been some attitude question marks there. I think everything considered, especially since Braxton's coming off an injury, I might go Conerly over Simmons. Just feels like a cleaner prospect.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Broncos just got a $200 super chat I heard down the hall.
Yeah. Congrats to them.
I wonder who they're wanting the Broncos to draft.
In the pool.
All right. Picking things back up.
If you guys are excited for the NFL draft, like this video. If we get to 300 likes by the time the Browns make their pick, we're at 261. I'll crack open a little Happy Death.
All right.
Get the party started.
Almost at 300 likes. $15 away from $100. That's when I'm doing a beer bong. If we get to $100. Loveland is long gone. He went to the Seahawks at 18.
By the way, our guy Tony Pauline says the Seahawks are interested in Gray Zabel.
Be a good pick. Be a good pick.
We'll see.
Who's the Seahawks center right now? Didn't they sign somebody?
Well, so remember it was Connor Williams, then he retired.
Well, I know, but didn't they sign someone this?
So it was.
They signed the Vikings guy, didn't they?
No, remember they were in on Will Fries, and then they.
That's a guard.
Or I know, but like he signed with the Colts. They
didn't sign Bradbury?
No.
Garrett Bradbury?
I don't think they did. Unless I'm tripping. I don't believe they did. They had him in for a visit. I could be very tripping, but.
Oh, he's a Patriot.
Yeah.
So they don't really have a center.
No, they're using Oluwatimi.
Oluwatimi.
And then Jalen Sundell.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
They're drafting.
Yes.
Zabel would be a good pick.
Zabel or
Jared Wilson later.
Jared Wilson, yeah.
Oh, Petey not going quarterback.
Oh, yeah, we're back, baby.
There goes a running back. Guess who he took? Take a guess. Who do you guys think he took?
Wow.
It's a running back. Take a guess who he picked. Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland.
I'll let a few come in, and then I'll All right, it's been guessed. I'll say that.
It has been guessed.
It's been guessed more than once. Oh.
There we go, Charlie.
It's Caleb Johnson.
Running back out of Iowa.
He's a Brownie.
He is a Brownie.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Honestly, like,
I hope it doesn't start a run. Does Marshall panic, though, and take our guy Judkins?
he might.
If he takes Judkins here, I'm not taking it back in this two-pick chunk.
No.
I'm waiting until 72.
Agreed. It's just again, it's so cool because, again, anybody could be picked. There we go. All right, so the pick will be made here in just a second. While we're waiting, Charlie comes in. Pick Watts out of Notre Dame if he's there.
It's possible. It's possible. We are over $100 though, so I'm gonna.
All right.
How about this? If someone matches his 20, Cullen will join me.
There we go.
I'll pour it and give it a few minutes.
I'm down.
We'll do a race if someone matches his 20. I'm doing one no matter what. You see that slack?
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I see. Actually, you know what? We can throw that up here. This one, no, that's way too far. Is it? This one I haven't used as much. So these are the 2 picks up to this point.
That's the end of round 1.
Yeah. Rounds are on the clock.
Browns are taking Caleb Johnson, but our submission graphic might be freezing up a little bit on us. Oh, there he goes. I thought Marsh would take him.
Yeah, that makes sense. There we go. Just need Sammy there to put in the pick. Great pick. Yeah, 33.
It might be the best value pick of the draft so far.
Yeah.
Egbuka at 34.
All right, so there's Caleb Johnson. And Charlie comes in. He says, let's go, princess. So, hey,
all right,
we're drinking.
You got yours over there? All right.
Mine. I'll pour mine out over here. Again.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers. Hold on, I got to pour it out.
I know, I'm just getting ready.
Get ready. All right. To mock day.
3, 2, 1, go.
Excuse me. All right. Charlie, we'll get your super thrown up on screen.
Ooh!
I told you he loved receiver. I freaking knew that he did.
That's an interesting pick.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I think it's a little early for him, but I don't hate it. To me, that's more drafting for need, though.
Yeah. I
do think he'll be a player that goes higher than people expect.
I produced a video for our Titans host, and I was talking to him about it. He really wants a receiver with the second pick.
Well, I like that thinking. Like, get Cam at 1 and get him a weapon right away.
Right.
Like, a dream would be like if Burden got there.
Right.
Yeah, all of a sudden the receiver – I don't think there's a lot of good value at receivers in this range.
Yeah.
Based on who's available.
There we go.
All right.
Appreciate you, Charlie.
Kyle Williams to Tennessee.
Whew.
Bears met with him at the Combine and for a top 30 visit. I think that's pretty notable that they've met with him twice. So he's a player to keep your eye on.
Yeah.
Who are the best receivers available for
look.
ESPN's big board?
Let's look.
Let's see.
Per Espen, as we like to call him around here.
Espen.
We got Trey Harris.
Bears met with him.
Jalen Knoll. Jack Besh.
Did you see that CBS mock that had Besh going 10 to the Bears? No one loves Jack Besh more than me as a TCU alum. That guy should be fired.
Agreed.
It's got to be a troll mock.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I thought it was Maurice Jones-Drew at first. Alec Amaner.
Yeah. I like him. Good blocking receiver. And then we got Jalen Royals, Savion Williams, another TCU wide receiver.
Isaiah Bond, asterisk there with his situation.
Torrey
I love
Horton.
Torrey Horton. Third, fourth round, maybe.
Maybe.
All right.
All right.
The damn simulator got us, Cullen.
Did they really? Yeah. All right.
That does make sense, though, for the Jags.
It does.
It's going to be Josh Simmons for Jacksonville.
There we go. Pick is in.
Is Mitch going to cuck us with Conerly?
He might.
He already did it with Genty.
Yeah.
I could see him doing it again.
I'll tell you this much. We're going to raise hell on draft day. You don't think I'm going to say something to the Raiders for the actual NFL draft?
Oh, we've got plans.
We've got some plans.
All right, let's see. Let's see who they're taking.
Who's it going to be?
Oh, their live poll is who should we pick at 6, so that's a little dated.
They just like to have fun over there at the Raiders report.
I wonder if they would consider Dart here in this spot in real life, like if he just fell to them.
Maybe. Yeah, if they take
They're
Jins
contemplating Austin, or not Austin Booker, Tyler Booker.
Tyler Booker. Austin Booker.
Got Raiders pulled up.
Moon says, yeah, Josh Simmons just went to the Jags.
Say what?
Someone in the chat was asking if Josh Simmons went. I'm like, yep, right there on your screen. All right. The Raiders pick has been made.
I actually like this pick a lot.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for what they're trying to do.
Especially if you're going to go Genty.
Mm-hmm.
Their pick's going to be Tyler Booker. So we got to dodge one more bullet. If Conerly's there, I think I'm taking him. Do you want to go flash BPA real quick?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Who's picking at 38 here? Patriots?
Patriots, yeah.
Okay.
Sec. Best available.
God. Oh, wait, no. She took Campbell. She's not doubling down.
No. Yeah, so the best available. Get Donovan Jackson, Siobhan Ravel, Travion Henderson, Josh Conerly, Maxwell Harrison, Mason Taylor, Elijah Arroyo, Quinn Judkins, Ariane Arsery, Darius Alexander, Jonas Savania, TJ Sanders. Now, Harry, do I propose this to you? Do we take Judkins knowing that at least we'll have either Arsery or Conerly?
I do think there's a gap there.
Okay, so be it.
It just comes down to, are we worried that Trace is such a wild card?
He is.
Would he take?
I'm not.
I think I have to go Conerly.
Okay.
Allie with the need pick, Trey Harris.
Yeah.
All right, Trey Harris is gone. So who should we pick?
There we go.
If you want Conerly, type Conerly.
Here we are. The Bears
if you
are
want
on the clock,
Conerly,
baby.
type Conerly. Does
Yeah.
anyone not want Conerly?
Dude, this.
We pick again at 41.
I see a couple Judkins.
I'll take my chances.
That's what I'm just saying what the chat said.
I know.
Just being the different, but yeah, Conerly here. Conerly at 39 is chills. It really is. It's chills, baby. We'll break him down here in a second, but the thing is we can't break him down for too long because it's Trace. So we'll probably, do you want to just break down both the picks after we make them at 41?
Yep.
All right. We'll do that.
Josh Conerly, I just submitted it. Sprinting to the podium, baby.
Let's go.
This will be
man.
an A+. We're trench drunk, baby. That's right, Indo Sack.
Oh, baby. Come on, Sammy.
Trace is already typing. He has someone in mind.
He's got somebody.
I will die a little inside if he takes Judkins.
Yeah.
I will die a little inside. Jake Cameron. That's good stuff.
Josh Conerly is officially the pick.
Josh Conerly. So we got Mike Green and Josh Conerly. We'll wait to break down Conerly and the pick at 41 because we'll be back on the clock shortly.
Yeah.
But let's go.
Let's go, man.
Let's go. If Judkins is available, I think that's the pick.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Although I do like that pick for the Saints.
Let's go, man.
All right. He's going to be available. Mason Taylor going to the Saints at 40. We ride. Let's take a look at some BPAs just for fun.
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Let's get it.
Just to make sure we're covering our bases, doing our due diligence, as they say.
Let's get it.
Donovan,
You get like,
yeah.
I can feel why being a GM would be fun. It's
would
like,
be.
all right, Donovan Jackson, who I love, but I just added Conerly. I like Judkins better than Henderson. I'm not looking to take a corner. Mason Taylor's going here to the Saints. Arroyo's there. We just took a tackle, so no need for Ursery. So I think this is a true, like, for me, kind of a BPA pick. Not just that I really like her. I think it's a combination of BPA and need.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say like a Schweizinger because that's a thinner position, but screw that.
Screw that, man. Screw it. Get the pick in. We'll break down these picks here in a second.
Let's ride, baby.
Let's go, man.
I'm loving this draft.
Loving it.
I'm loving this draft.
Like I said, we'll break down these picks, especially when they're both put in. Quinshon Judkins.
Judkins is the pick, baby. Someone says Xavier Watts won't be here in the third, but Andrew Makupa probably will be, so we'll be okay.
Yeah. So grade the Josh Conerly pick, by the way. A, B, C, D, or F.
Grade the pick of Conerly at 39. Are you kidding me?
And then Judkins.
I think there's a world where he's the best left tackle in this draft. Let's go.
Grade the picks, actually. A, B, C, D, or F for both.
Let's go.
Guys. Let's freaking go.
I'm loving this. A lot of A's coming in. So we got Mike Green, Josh Conerly Jr., Quinshon Judkins. Let's go.
That's a hell of a fucking pull.
Let's go.
That's a hell of a pull. Now the question is, who do we take at 72?
I might have to react to this mock for Bears, actually.
Maybe.
That could be a fun segment.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do that before we leave today.
Maybe.
I could go like tomorrow morning.
I've seen a lot of A's in the chat.
Let's go.
A lot of dubs. All right. We can kind of break down. We'll go Conerly first, and then we'll break down Judkins.
Yeah, let's talk about these two picks a little bit as if it were draft night, because of course we will do that. And Josh Conerly Jr. out of Oregon, who, to be frank, I do not think will get to 39. I'm a big fan. He kind of reminds me, not necessarily as the same player, but kind of reminds me of Darnell Wright in the sense of, like, at the start of the draft process, he's a day two guy, good Senior Bowl, throughout's been rising. I think he'll go first round. I think he'll go higher than people think. If you get him at 39, it's an absolute home run. Gave up just one sack last year. Long arms, over 34-inch arms. I think he could play guard if you needed him to, but obviously in the Bears situation, he'd go compete at left tackle with Braxton Jones, who's ailing from an injury, Karan Amagaji. I think there's a good chance he would win that job and start week one. Tom Downey has him 36 on his board. I've got him for our Bears Now big board, which is a little Bears angled. I got him at 16. I'm pretty high on him. I think he's a top 25 overall player in this draft, and with the Bears angled focus, I got him at 16. I thought he got better each year. Like I said, I like what he did at the Senior Bowl. He also he put Abdul Carter in jail in the Big Ten title game. He controlled Abdul Carter in that game, which speaks volumes to me. Dane Brugler says, quote, Conerly must continue refining his hands and core strength, but he is on the right trajectory and enters the NFL with a promising foundation based on athletic movements and body control. Currently a bend, don't break blocker. He has the talent to become a solid starter early in his NFL career. So that is how Dane sees Conerly as a player. Let's talk a little Quinshon Judkins, my RB3 in this class. On my Bears Now big board, I've got him at 29. overall, so kind of a fringe round 1, early round 2 type of guy. So I think this is proper range for him. Really good production for 3 years. I mean, when you go into the SEC as an 18-year-old freshman and rush for 1,500 yards for Ole Miss, that speaks volumes to me. Stay there for 2 years, transfers to Ohio State, split carries with Travion Henderson, and excelled, won a national championship, almost 6 feet, 220 pounds, ran in the mid-4.4s. I think he'll be utilized more as a pass catcher in the NFL than he was this past year. He says Judkins isn't as dynamic as the other backs in his class. I'll push back on that a little bit. I think he is pretty dynamic, but he is an attitude runner with the quickness, vision, and violence to be a productive lead option in the NFL. He can help secure a spot in the depth chart by taking his passing down responsibilities from serviceable to above average. Certainly his teammate Travion Henderson is better as a pass protection guy, but I think the dynamic thing, I do think he's dynamic, especially when I watched his tape from Ole Miss. He hit a lot of home runs there. You got to remember, Travion Henderson is not really a between the tackles runner, so Judkins kind of took on that role for Ohio State, a lot of the short yardage stuff, which brought his average down, still averaged over 5.5 yards per carry. I think he is a dynamic back who can run inside the tackles, off tackle, zoning and gap schemes. I think he can be a guy you throw the football to. I like the fit with DeAndre Swift, who's more of a finesse back. So, again, he's been one of those guys, Colin, that we've talked about in this 39-41 chunk a lot as a potential option if you don't go running back in the first round.
Yeah, I think he just, like you nailed it. I mean, he just fits into, I think, what the Bears want to do very well. He complements Swift. He's a guy that we both have as our RB3 in this draft. I really like his ability, the fact that he's had production both in the Big Ten and in the SEC. He's a proven back to me. I really don't have a lot of concern when it comes to Quinshon Judkins, just as a player. Yeah, is he the best pass protector? No, but that's something that he can work on. I think he's a physical running back that can catch the ball out of the backfield and also has some explosiveness. Yeah, it just makes too much sense here for the Bears.
Yeah, like his only not great trait is his pass protection, and I got news for you. As time goes on, less and less running backs come into the NFL good in that role. And that's one thing Travion Henderson's great at. So that's a notch in his belt, but I think Judkins, other than that, is about as complete as you can get. Production, I kind of like that last year. He wasn't, he split carries, so there's plenty of tread on the tires for him as well. I think he's going to be a really good pro. Really, really good pro.
All right. TJ Sanders did go to the Jets at 42. Maxwell Hairston, the corner out of Kentucky, went to the Niners at 43. The Cowboys took running back Travion Henderson at 44.
I like that fit for Dallas.
Yeah, I think he provides a nice little explosive.
They need some juice out of the backfield.
Nick Scorton went to the Colts, as you see at the bottom of your screen. Pick number 45, and now the Atlanta Falcons are on the clock.
All right.
At some point, do you want to just recap all the picks, or do you want to go through like the full 45?
Yeah, we can here in a minute.
Yeah.
Let me you mind if I run to the restroom real quick and you can hold it down?
I got you.
All right, I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. Bears aren't picking for a while here, so we'll probably have some time to kill. If you guys want to fire in some questions, we can do a little Q&A. Super chats get on the show. We can work in a few #Bears questions as well. But I'll be right back as the Chat Sports Live mock draft continues.
100%. Yeah, we'll get the link for that here in a second. In fact, actually, what I'm going to do. Yeah, keep firing in those grades. I'm just going to get the link so we can pull those questions for you guys here in a second. Get that on screen. I know this light is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie in this room. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. We are going to do a mailbag after this mock draft anyway, but like Harry said, if you guys want to just chop it up, ask some questions, kind of just break down maybe y'all's thoughts or what you guys would have done if you were the Bears, what have you. We can chop it up a little bit. Just going to make sure it's all set up on the back end. Back end for you guys. No, I am not a ghost. I can confirm I am real. Thank you for checking in. Oh, man. All right. Why? No. Do not do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Let's see what we got. Nolan is not available. He went in the first round. I think it was like 28 a long time ago. Appreciate that, Jake. Sean says, in this mock, I would have gone Green, Conerly, and Watts. Yeah, were you the one that sent in the Watts super chat earlier? Or maybe you just sent it just in the chat in general. Look, Xavier Watts, there's a lot to like there. I'm not going to, there's a lot of really high quality safeties in this draft. I just think for the Bears, you want to kind of bolster that left tackle spot. I don't think it's a bad selection at all. Yeah, I personally just don't have any problem with it. As we are going to get some updates on the picks here. Scorden did go to the Colts at 45. JT Tuimalau, potential Bears target, went 46 to the Falcons. Alec Iomaner went to the Cardinals at pick 47. Appreciate that, Moon. Alfred Collins. We can go through some of the best players available. Should get that back to this. All right, some of the best available. Again, Donovan Jackson really kind of slipping here. Siobhan Ravel Jr., we got Elijah Arroyo, Ariante Ursary, we got Darius Alexander, Jonas Savania, Carson Schweisinger, Azariah Thomas, I think that's how you say that name, so I apologize if I butchered it. Benjamin Morrison, Jared Wilson, Jackson Dart, Tyleek Williams, one of my guys, Marcus Bowe, Xavier Watts, Alfred Collins is still there, Landon Jackson, so still some options, still some picks that could be selected there. As we are getting kind of like an updated look at the board. So Donovan Jackson is going to be the pick for the Miami Dolphins there at 48. Alec Iomaner was the pick for the Cardinals. Now the Bengals are on the clock. Watts at 72. I mean, if he falls that far, sure. I think safety will be an option. I think linebacker could be in discussion as well. Excuse me. It's a good question. Good question. Wide receiver, maybe if there's one, maybe. Honestly, I'll ask you guys too. Put up on screen. Let us know down below. Safety, tight end, could be another option. Let us know down below.
One of your guys just went.
Yeah, he did. Tyleek Williams officially goes to the Bengals. I like him, man, I do. But I think he could go really kind of anywhere in the second round chunk. I think he's a top 50 player, no doubt.
All right. Here we go.
As we bring Harry back on screen.
All right. Who did I miss? Not much.
Not much. So, Alec,
I saw JTT.
Yeah, it went. So, are we recapping for the Bears pick, or how far back do you want to go?
We just do round two. Recap.
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, we're live for a live Chat Sports 3-round mock draft. Colin and I making the Bears picks here. This is what's happened in round two. Bears got Mike Green. We took Mike Green at 10 in the first round based on who was available. Caleb Johnson to the Browns. Mecca Buka to the Giants. Kyle Williams to the Titans. Josh Simmons to the Jags. Raiders took Tyler Booker. Trey Harris to the Patriots. Josh Conerly Jr. fell to us at 39. Mason Taylor to the Saints at 40. And then Quinn Sean Judkins at 41. So the Bears 3 picks, Mike Green, Josh Conerly Jr., and Quinshon Judkins. Jets get TJ Sanders. 49ers go Maxwell Hairston. Travion Henderson, Judkins' college teammate, goes to Dallas. The Colts draft Nick Scorton. Atlanta goes JT Tuimoloau. And then Arizona gets Elick Aomanor, the receiver out of Stanford. And then Donovan Jackson, the guard tackle flex, goes to Miami at 48.
I was asking this question. I think I just put it up like right before he came in.
And then Tyleik Williams at 49. Go ahead.
What position should we draft at 72?
Yeah, where do you guys want to go?
Sorry, some people were answering it earlier. So we got safety, defensive tackle, defensive line or safety, defensive end, offensive line depth.
I probably will go BPA of defensive tackle, linebacker, and safety.
You guys know where I'm going. I see a couple y'all in the chat.
Makuba.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's definitely in play.
He's a discussion.
He's definitely in play.
Ooh, okay. I don't mind that pick from Teaser. Do not mind that pick at all.
Who'd he get?
Tate Ratledge.
Okay. So that he goes Loveland and then Ratledge.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Don't mind that. So got another interior offensive lineman by the end of this draft, Teaser, but I see the vision a little bit.
Let's go.
I will say, like, man, it'll be interesting. Be really interesting. Norman Lott at 72.
Wouldn't mind that.
Akuba,
Not
baby.
much of a run defender, but he's an excellent pass rusher on the interior.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Just waiting for these picks to be put in. But yeah, y'all just keep letting us know down in the chat who you guys got. Load up this super chat from Keith. He says, excuse me, call me crazy, but I think you have the Bears in the absolute best case scenario. Top 3 edge, arguably. Top 3 left tackle. Top 3 running back. Perfect draft.
For me, I got second graded edge. Again, the off the field stuff, but we don't have that information. So I like Mike Green as the best edge after Abdul Carter. So I got my second edge. I got my, let me see where I had it, as a pure tackle. If I count Campbell, Mimbu, probably my third tackle. Banks I had higher on my initial list, but that's more of a versatility value. So arguably my third tackle, although I had him and Simmons neck and neck, so you could really go either way. And then I have my third best back in Judkins. So yeah, I'm with you. I like how this fell.
Agreed. All right, the pick is in for the Broncos. Elijah Arroyo, tight end out of Miami, goes to Denver. Getting Bo Nix, another weapon.
All right. Here we go.
Ooh, I wonder where Teaser goes here. I'm curious. Oh, nice. Oh, there we go, Teaser.
Teaser making smart moves.
Hey, you know what? You could argue this maybe a little, but like to potentially have to wait and hope that he falls. I like it from Teaser.
Okay, who'd he pick?
Jared Wilson.
Okay.
He doubles up on the interior in the second round.
So, in that scenario, Wilson's probably your starting center, and Zabel plugs in at one of the guard spots.
You mean Ratledge?
Ratledge, sorry. Yeah,
Yes.
Ratledge.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then you get Colston Loveland.
All right.
Hey, you know what? We're doing well over here at Chat Sports.
Who's had the worst draft so far?
Ooh. That's a good question. To be honest, like, I don't love the Texans pick so far.
There were too many offense. Has he picked again?
He hasn't picked again. We can go here.
Taking Golden over Simmons, Conerly, and Banks.
Yeah.
And Zabel.
Can't do it, man. I'm
like, I get they need a receiver, but like, the hit rate of O linemen, especially tackle, in the second round decreases a lot.
A lot.
All right, so the Bucks are on the clock.
Yeah.
This one will be simulated. We don't have a Bucks channel. Colin Cowherd released his top 15 mock draft. This is what he would do He's got Jalen Walker to the Bears. I want to like him, but like I don't know what you do with him.
I don't know either. I don't know about that one, Jim.
I just don't know what you do with him. I don't know.
Ben Johnson came in the chat. He says, I have missed it. What have the Bears picked?
You want to pull up the Bears picks so far?
Yeah. Do that. So far, I probably need to get rid of that. Give me one sec. Bang, bang.
So I took Mike Green at 10. We can recap the top 9 in a sec to let you guys know how I ended up there. Again, I feel like I always have to throw the disclaimer. We're aware of the sexual assault allegations. If I was actually running the team and I didn't get a clear answer on that, I would not take him, especially not in the first round. But we don't have that information. This is a mock draft exercise. As a football player, I thought he was the best option available. Josh Conerly Jr. fell to 39. That would be a dream. I think he's potentially a top 20 pick in this draft. And then Quinshon Judkins at 41. To look back at the top of the draft, this is how it played out. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter. The expected top 3 picks. Will Campbell to the Patriots at 4. Tyler Warren went to the Jags at 5 via simulator because we don't have a Jags channel. Our Raiders host took Ashton Genty at 6. Armin Mimbu to the Jets at 7. Mason Graham fell to Carolina at 8. Simulator again, but that one actually makes a lot of sense. Not that Warren doesn't, but I'd be a little surprised. Shador Sanders, our Saints host, took him, and then we ended up with Mike Green. I struggle with Jalen Walker. I don't think you could play him off ball and drop him into coverage. I think you can play him as an off-ball linebacking blitzer, but I think that works better in a 3-4. He's 6'1", 240. That would go against Dennis Allen. And I'm making the picks, not Dennis Allen, but I think Mike Green's just a better edge rusher than Jalen Walker. So I don't know. I struggle with Jalen Walker.
That's fair. All right, so three sims in a row here. So the Packers have been simulating, by the way.
Oh, they have. Okay.
According to Brett, at least. So Darius Alexander goes to the Bucs at 53. Landon Jackson, the edge at Arkansas, goes to FGB, Green Bay Packers. Jack Besh, the wide receiver out of TCU, goes to the Chargers at 55. Now with the Bills on the clock.
Okay.
So just to recap,
who will Smitty take?
Who will it be? Schmitty. All right.
Who did take Walter Nolan? I'm trying to remember.
It was 28 to the Lions, I believe.
No, that was Mykel Williams.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. So I'll look at I got to get a new YouTube comment.
You're good. I can scroll back. Nolan. No, you're right. He did go 28. Nolan went 32 to the Eagles. Or no, Mykel did.
Yeah.
All right. We're up at about 15 picks. Give me Judkins, and I'm a happy man. I like him too, Alex. Cullen's a big fan, so
yeah,
sign me up. That's a good pick by Smitty. We'll see you, DeMar Hamlin. Xavier Watts.
Watts just went, so whoever just asked that, I was about to pull up the big
There
board.
goes Xavier Watts.
Yeah. Xavier Watts. To be honest, that's a really good pick for Buffalo.
Yeah. So they've shored up that secondary.
Yeah.
Amos and Watts.
Watts.
GM Smitty.
Smitty's cooking a little bit, I feel like. We can go over his.
I'm with you, Sean. I don't think he's getting to 72, but the players I took it in the second round, I liked his better options.
Can Jeremy have a little redemption? He's on the clock here after the Panthers.
He's best O-lineman available. See, this is the problem. They're like all gone. Ursery, maybe?
Maybe.
I'd go Ursery here if I was him.
Yeah. We could pull up the best O-lineman available.
Okay.
Let's see. We'll go tackles first. Ariante Ursery, Anthony Belton, Ozzie Trapillo, Jalen Travis. Ursery's the only one that kind of fits in this range.
Yeah, I think Trapillo and Belton are round 3 guys.
Yeah. Look at the
interior. Oh, God.
Jesus.
There's none left. Those are all not just day 3, probably late day 3. Yep.
Not great.
Got to get your the big fellas early.
Needed. Wonder who's Carolina's going to go with here. We'll show the board again when we get closer to 72. Man, honestly, though. And then Siobhan Revel Jr. is going to be the pick for Carolina.
Okay. Jeremy needs to be sprinting Ursery to the old podium.
Yeah, he does.
All right. Who are the best safeties available?
I know Makuba, Jonas Senker, a couple of my guys. Let's see.
Latham Ransom.
Yeah, Kevin Winston Jr. is still available.
That's interesting. Would I take him or Makuba? Who do you like better?
Here's the thing. They both. I think Winston is not as versatile as Makuba is, but Winston will. If he hits, I mean, he's arguably a round one talent.
Yeah.
The only question is his injury history. Now he's looked and checked a lot of the boxes off.
Yeah, I feel like in the pre-draft process, he seems healthy. So,
but I mean, you know who my guy is here.
Yeah, I know. I know. Good pick, Chugs. You redeemed yourself.
Yeah, that just makes too much sense.
Ariante Ursery. It's a good pick.
If you guys want, we can look at all the other picks too, or other positions in need. There is the official confirmation. Ariante Ursery to the Houston Texans.
The Ravens here, they took James Pierce Jr. in the first round.
People are saying, all right, we can look at tight end. Got one.
I wonder if they would go tight end here if they trade, what's his name?
Mark Andrews.
Go like Arroyo to pair with Likely.
Arroyo's been drafted.
Oh.
These are the best tight ends available. Ferguson.
That's probably a little early for this group, unless you love Fannin or Ferguson.
I was about to say.
I like Ferguson. I think this would be okay for him. I like him better in the third. Honestly, if he's there at 72, I might pull the trigger on that.
Yeah. Maybe.
What are the best linebackers available?
Let's see. Linebackers.
Is Schweisinger still there?
He is.
Man, if he's there at 72, that's going to be tough to pass up. I think I would take him over Makuba. I would take Makuba over Knight, I think. I know.
Ooh. No, I mean, look, I don't hate the logic behind it because Schweisinger, I think, is a firm round 2 talent versus Makuba, I think, is round 3.
Oh, I like that pick from Joey. Jonah Seva-Inia.
I know somebody was asking for wide receivers. Here are the top wide receivers available. Noel, Royals, Savion Williams, Isaiah Bond. We also have Horton, Felton, Ricky White III, Tez Johnson.
My 2 favorite just pure receivers left. 3. Jalen Knoll, Jalen Royals, and Torrey Horton. Savion Williams is I like him, but he's not a pure receiver. I actually think he'd be pretty fun with Ben Johnson. See what he would do with him.
Yeah.
Bond, too many question marks right now. Too many questions. I'd be happy with Horton late. I think he goes 3rd, 4th round.
Yeah. Oh, this feels just very satisfying.
Yep.
It's very. I mean, like
I'm
if you're
content
the Bears,
with where we're at right now.
At the Bears,
I'm gonna put a new poll in while you're talking.
If you're the Bears, man, you're chilling at 72 because then again, you really are just picking. Again, best available on your big board. I don't know if you're necessarily targeting a position here. Like safety, yes, makes a lot of sense, but you could go linebackers. Harry kind of mentioned
Defensive tackle.
Maybe a receiver if you find one that falls somehow to 72. I think you're chilling. Big chilling.
I just put a poll. What position should the Bears draft next? Linebacker, safety, defensive tackle, or receiver/tight end?
That's Barry's guy. That makes a lot of sense.
There goes Kevin Winston Jr., so there's one of the top safeties off the board.
Yeah. Braden Swinson did go to the Lions. We'll get that Commanders pick in there.
So they go Nolan and Swinson.
Yeah.
So what defensive tackles are left? I feel like there's still a good amount.
Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, Alfred Collins.
He is there. And your boy, C.J. West.
I like both of them. I like Omar Norman Lott. I'm not as high on Farmer as other people.
Yeah, he's a little high for me, too.
What's the next chunk?
Well, that's it for defensive tackles. We just have the top 4.
Okay.
Only some positions we have, like 8.
That's okay. Man, We're going to have some options, I think, boys.
Yeah, we are.
We are going to have some options. If Makuba goes before us, I think safety's out of the mix.
If Makuba, oh, yeah.
I don't think there's a guy. The names I'm thinking right now, Alfred Collins, Andrew Makuba, Carson Swisinger, C.J. West, Omar Norman Lott. Those would be like the 5 guys. Terrence Ferguson, but I think he'd be below those other guys.
I think you can wait on tight end, especially the way the board's falling.
Yeah. I mean, I know we're only doing a 3-round mock, but yeah, it definitely could.
Just hypothetically. Devin Hester will load your super chat in here in a second. He says, why isn't Nolan in play for the Bears at 10? I understand it may be a few picks rich, but he's dominant. He's plus 5,000 to be a Bear, so he clearly is not in play. I mean, I mentioned like when
I think there's a slight chance.
Yeah. I mentioned to him as somebody I would think about in that situation.
There has been rumors of character concerns. Obviously there are with Mike Green in a different way. So we know Ryan Poles values character a lot, especially for a first-round pick. So he passed on Jalen Carter. Devin Hester, the GOAT. Appreciate your question there. Yeah, I don't know. I think Nolan falls into that grouping of
one of your boys just went.
Smitty's having a hell of a draft.
He really is. Smitty knows ball. Get that in play here.
Yeah. Alfred Collins goes to Buffalo at 62.
Yeah. As soon as it loads in, we'll kind of push this across.
Luke, I'm talking about like the Bears, not what we're doing in this exercise.
Yeah.
I don't have all the access to the character stuff, so for this exercise, I took it based on best player available at a position of need. I've said, if you just joined us, that's fine, but I've said a million times, if I was running the Bears and I didn't have the answers I was looking for with Mike Green, I wouldn't take him. Too risky. I don't want that representing my franchise if there's looming questions there. So I don't know how much clearer I can be.
Yeah. There it is. All right,
Alfred Collins. So the Chiefs are on the clock. They took Gray Zabel in the first round.
Yep. Oh, Jalen Noel. Speedy wide receiver out of Iowa State is the pick.
I'm getting a call. Can I answer this real quick?
Yeah.
PJ's still sick, so.
Yeah, no, for sure. I got you. Gotcha. All right, guys. He's going to take a call real quick. So, again, what position would you guys take? As you see, Jalen Noel does go to the Chiefs there, FKC. Love you too, Soldier Bear. Love y'all too. Eagles are on the clock. Safety's leading the vote right now. I'll know who I'd be picking. Linebacker, another good choice. Hey, Caleb, not at the professional level that you would need. Noel. Oh, man. Here we go. Keith Aronson down below. Linebacker, safety. It's fair. Dude, yeah, this light, like, what is this? We've got, like, these blackout curtains and everything, but, yeah, I mean, that is just... I feel like the lights shine down upon me. We can see who's the best available. We can definitely do that, just in general. All right, best available, at least as of right now. Again, I'm not seeing... Okay, Eagles just made a big... Well, we'll get that on screen in a second. Carson Swisinger, Azariah Thomas, Benjamin Morrison, so a couple corners. Jackson Dart still on the board. Marcus Bowe, Jalen Milroe, Emory Jones, Darian Porter. We got DJ Giddens, Jordan Birch, Olufemi Oladejo and Wyatt Milam. A few of my draft crushes are available here. So again, some interesting some picks here, or possibilities, I should say. Some possibilities. All right, we do have these kind of cool graphics here. Just the team card, right? Would you agree that these are, again, given the picks that have already been made? I guess running back, they haven't updated that.
I would not agree with corner.
Yeah,
I'm not the
feels
one
like
who
a little bit of a
submitted this
reach.
info for what it's worth.
Yeah.
There's a world they could take a corner in the middle rounds. I would not, unless there's just someone of great value that they feel like they can't pass on. But yeah, I mean, I would replace that with linebacker or safety, or even tight end. Like, I think those are all bigger needs. So
we can. I'll talk to Sam about it.
Yeah, no, it's good.
All right, Anthony Belton. So you saw Jalen Noel was the pick for the Chiefs.
Yep.
And then so Anthony Belton is the pick for the Eagles at number 64. Big offensive tackle.
He's a big boy.
So we're kind of taking a little break in action here. We will pick it up here in a couple minutes, but these are the best available prospects as we get ready for round 3. Carson Schweisinger, Azariah Thomas, Benjamin Morrison, Jackson Dart still on the board. We've got Marcus Bowe, Jalen Milroe, Emory Jones, Darian Porter, and then to kind of round out, here's the rest, some of the top 12. DJ Giddens, Jordan Birch, Olufemi Oladejo, Wyatt Milam, and then Terrence Ferguson, CJ West, Joshua Farmer, Noel Williams.
A few guys I still like. CJ West. Is Makuba still available?
Yeah, he is.
Andrew Makuba. Carson Schweisinger.
Yeah.
I could be one of those 3 if they get there for me.
Yeah. We can go through, like I said, positions, but for safeties, Makuba is the number 1 kind of safety available, according to ESPN. Linebacker Carson Schweisinger. You also have Demetrius Knight, Paul. Like those guys as well. For tight ends, Terrence Ferguson, Aronde Gadsden, Gunnar Helm, Harold Fannin Jr. For defensive tackles, CJ West, Farmer, Omar Norman Lott, Jamari Caldwell, who I like a lot. Throw the edges up here again, some good edge options. I don't think we'll go there at 72, but Birch, Oladejo, Josiah Stewart, Princely Uman Maleen.
All right, just put a new poll up. 4 options on the board. Who would you draft if they're all there? I put Fannin for fun. I'd probably take Ferguson over him, but
hey,
Fannin's fun.
Fannin is fun.
Fun player.
All right, and we are officially resumed.
Round 3 underway. First round with comp picks. The Bears do not have a comp pick, but we will pick at 72, and then I guess just hang out. Probably knock out a mail. I guess we should we'll just finish it out.
Yeah.
Might as well. Nope.
Good, man. We are good.
G-Men on the clock. Does Marsh go running back here? Does he go corner?
Go a bunch of different ways.
No, he's going quarterback. He'll take Dart or Milroe here, I bet. Don't you think? He has said before he wouldn't take a QB in this draft, but like if he can't get Cam, but like Dart's not going to be here in the real draft. If trades were allowed, he would have been gone.
Yeah.
I think.
Agreed.
But
I just want to know if someone's going to snap Shuck before Sperry.
just to piss Sperry off. He will 100% take him at 83.
Yes, he will. What's our pick after 72? Yeah, it's 148. That's a while, you boys. Feeling to be live all day? We will, Jake. We will be live for all, 258 picks this year? I think it's the total number.
Ooh, Omar Norman Lott.
Okay.
That's another guy I would have considered, so he's gone.
Don't hate it.
Marsh is going with BPA picks.
Don't hate it.
All right.
The Chiefs are going to be on the clock. Chugs apparently wanted him.
All righty. Chiefs on the clock at 66. Whose pick was this initially?
This is via
Titans, right? Because
Yep,
of L'Jarius Sneed.
Yep. Good call. If you are just joining us, or for whatever reason forgot what picks the Bears made, here you go. This is who we've picked. Again, we can kind of recap the top 10 here in a second, but we did take Mike Green, the edge out of Marshall. Felt like, again, Harry's kind of mentioned 5 guys who he would really like if the Bears, or if they fell to the Bears at 10. They were all not there. They were all gone. So Mike Green.
Genty gone, Will Campbell gone, Tyler Warren gone, Mimbu gone, Mason Graham gone.
Campbell, did you say Campbell?
Yep, Campbell gone.
All
gone. The debate for me was Mike Green or Mykel Williams.
Yeah.
If the off-the-field stuff checks out, I would take Green. I obviously don't have access to that information, so I took it based on just who I thought the best player was. So that was that one. Josh Conerly at 39 would be a dream. Love Judkins in the second round too. So that's my 3-pick haul right now.
Pretty solid haul.
Back defensive tackles here.
Yeah.
Chiefs going to go Joshua Farmer.
Joshua Farmer.
So there you go. There you go.
Oh, man. Keep hitting that like button, though. If you love
Osmonic says, not a great first 2 rounds, but I would take it. Hey, man. I like how it ended up. I probably would prefer to trade down from 10 if hit with that scenario, but no trade, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Give me a letter grade for how we've done so far, those 3 picks.
Grade the picks. Here, I got them right here.
If it felt like that, I'd give the Bears probably honestly like an A-. Or
Yeah.
Like,
maybe just a flat A, to be
yeah,
honest.
like if you can't trade out around Makuba, the leading vote in the poll, by the way.
You guys are real ones. Love it. Benjamin Morrison.
So these guys just aren't taking quarterbacks.
No.
We know who will.
Eventually.
We know who will in about 17 picks. There's no chance the simulator would because the QBs are way lower on the simulator, but it'd be funny if, like, I don't even know, like the Rams. Well, they pick at 90, so that wouldn't work. But you get what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
Pick Shuck before Sperry could get him.
That'd be funny. Yeah, like some other random team.
Osmonic says, not sniffing glue. Mike Green at 10 is bad, and taking Judkins is. What's your deal with Judkins? I get the Green pushback.
Yeah.
May not be a perfect scheme fit. Off the field questions, I understand. What's the Judkins pushback? Why will Green be a bust? There's actually a lot of things to point to as a player that suggest he won't. He's in a bracket of testing in the short shuttle and the 3-cone that the worst player, based on how he tested and other people in that range tested, is like Hassan Reddick.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good company.
Yeah.
Talking about like TJ Watt, Khalil Mack. It doesn't mean he'll for sure hit.
What was it like the worst player was in? It was like it's all like pass rusher? Or,
it's like Hassan Reddick.
Yeah. Well, it was Reddick and there was somebody else. I forget the name.
Nick Benito.
Benito, yeah.
Those were like the two, and it's like those have been 2 good pros.
Really good. Yeah, for whatever reason, 67 isn't loading. The Raiders are on the clock at 68.
Steven, again, if you're just joining us, like I've said it a million times. I'm aware of the off-the-field stuff. If I didn't have a clear answer and I was actually the GM, I would not draft him. That's not what we're doing here. So,
Mitch just sniped you.
I knew I'd get Sweisinger. There he goes. It's a good pick. They lost Spillane. It's all good.
Keeping the West Coast kid near the West Coast.
Yep. So, Sweisinger off the board. So now it comes down to my top 2 remaining are CJ West and Andrew Makuba.
Let's go. I
Poll
will
is
say
up.
this.
Who would you rather pick?
I will say this. If Andrew Makuba is the pick at 72, I might have to take an actual victory lap. Right? I might have to.
You might have to.
I'm going to go freaking berserk.
Patriots on the clock at 69.
Who's Allie go with here?
Oh, all right. Cam Scattaboo.
Sorry, who? Oh my God, I could see the profile picture. The guy that has the car. It's like a blue and yellow car. He's the biggest Cam Scattaboo guy on our channel.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. I feel so bad. Your boy.
I haven't seen him today.
I haven't seen him either. Jesus. I can't. I apologize, but
Sam goes, Jack needs new pants.
Jack needs to. Literally can't do his job currently because of it. Oh, man. Oh, okay. The Jaguars take a guy we were talking about earlier. They take Xavier Restrepo.
Oh, that is the simulator at work. Did you see what I did?
Yeah, I did. Oh, my God. Xavier Restrepo. The Jaguars pick is simulated. New Orleans, I swear to God, Trace.
It was pick 69 too, so Jack, just the
Yep.
All right, Saints on the clock at 71. They've gotten Shador Sanders, Mason Taylor.
Yep.
You got to get a pass rusher here.
We'll see. They get their wild cards in there.
I could see Trace just going offense.
Maybe.
Like Savion Williams.
Yeah, or something like that. Embrace Kellen Moore. We'll see.
Or maybe he would have taken Scat, I bet.
I think he honestly would have.
He loves Scat.
Torrey Horton is still on the board, DC.
We got to dodge one more pick.
Yeah, Trace agreed. He said that was his pick, or would have been.
I know Trace.
Who's he going to take?
I know Ball and I know Trace.
Okay.
I like that pick. He's juicing up the offense, but hey, why not?
Why not? Hey, you know what?
Nicholas Petit-Frere waived. He stinks.
He stinks. He stinks.
Jalen Royals. Jalen Royals.
Wide receiver out of Utah State.
Zepik.
And look who's on the clock again.
All right. Is Makuba the man? I'm not taking Mykel. We don't need to go. Can't ever have enough O-line, but I'm going elsewhere.
Rowledge,
He's gone.
yeah.
You want to pull up BPA real quick?
Yeah, we can. Just double check. Again, BPA. So we got Azariah Thomas, Jackson Dart, Marcus Bowe.
Let's take Jalen Milroe, man.
Jalen Milroe. Emory Jones, Darian Porter, DJ Giddens, Jordan Birch. Again, Jordan Birch, like him. Olufemi Oladejo, Y. Milam, Terrence Ferguson, your boy CJ West, Noah Williams, Josiah Stewart, Miles Frazier, Princely Uman Maleen.
ESPN's lower on your boy, but
They are.
that's why you tune in here.
That's why they're disrespected. Again, you know my pick.
I just sent it. It'll be revealed shortly. Oh, well, Cullen just revealed it.
I didn't realize you were trying to.
No, you're good. You're good.
I was
good.
like, oh, man. Whew.
Andrew Makuba. I would think long and hard there with him and West. But I think you can still find defensive tackle help on day 3.
Yeah.
I think safety dips. I think Makuba's like the last guy still available that I would take on day 2. So Makuba it is. Makuba it is. Come on down.
Oh, we had some simulated picks there. Why is it not loading on the... Oh, there it is.
All right. Andrew Makuba, you are a Chicago Bear. I like how this played out.
Yeah.
This 3-round mock. We're going to stick around for the rest of it, but grade the pick. We get some shout-outs. We'll break down the Makuba selection, and then we'll kind of recap what the Bears, how we did in this 3-round mock. All right.
There we go.
Savage, Allen giving it A's. Rabs gives it a B. Tim B. Erica A.
Welcome to Chicago.
Adrian
kid.
A. Ryan A.
That just looks right.
This would be your Super Bowl if it happens. This would be your Super Bowl.
I
All
don't know.
right. Let's talk Andrew Makuba, the safety out of Texas. Bit of a light frame, which could probably drop him a little bit in this draft, but willing tackler for his size. Versatility, I think he can play both safety spots. He could play nickel in a pinch if he needed him to as well. Just a playmaker, always around the football, whether he's tackling, getting in the mix in the backfield. 12 breakups as a safety is a really good number. 5 picks as well. Again, has a nose for the football. I think Downey's first note here is a good one. High football IQ. Thought he tested better than expected as well. I do agree. While I think he could play both safety spots, free safety's probably a better fit for him in the NFL given his frame. And you need guys at both spots, really, because Kevin Byard, your free safety's 32 years old on the last year of his contract, and Jaquan Brisker, last year of his rookie deal, he's got the concussion issues. So we'll see how he translates. But Dane Brugler says this about Makuba. He says his lack of size will be more noticeable against NFL competition, both in coverage and run support, but he brings energy, instincts, and play speed to the secondary, has the mentality and talent to compete for a starting role at free safety. And ideally this year, he would just sit back and learn from a vet like Kevin Byard, who's been a leader, who's been durable, who's been a productive player in the NFL for a very, very long time. Be a rotation guy as a rookie and then take over in 2026 as a full-time starter. I think that would be the ideal scenario. If he needs to play more early, he can. But if not, he can kind of just be your third safety, contribute on special teams, and then take over as a full-time starter in 2026. So there you have it, Cullen. The live chat sports mock draft, 3 rounds, which still going. We'll stick it out through the 3rd round with the rest of the crew. We end up with Mike Green, Josh Conerly Jr., Quinshon Judkins, and Andrew Makuba. Great our draft, boys and girls.
ABCDRF.
And stick with us, too, because we got a couple segments coming up. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat. Get your questions answered on the show. We're going to do a mailbag. Plus, I've got my latest mock draft, and I did it kind of with the twist. It should be fun. So that's a 7-round mock. So join us for that. But grade this mock grade this draft A, B, C, D, or F. And
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan. Look, obviously, like, I'm not going to ramble on about Makuba that much anymore. I mean, you kind of highlighted him really well. The fact that you're able to get, arguably, top 3 edge, top 3 running back, top 3 offensive tackle. I mean, that's – and then you come away with Makuba, versatile safety chess piece for Dennis Allen. I mean, if I'm the Bears, like, I'm pretty happy with this. Oh, man.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is, again, a very interesting kind of way it went, right? You know, with the first 10 picks, having to kind of pivot with
Yeah, I think a couple things that clearly will play out differently in the real draft. One, more than 2 quarterbacks are going to be gone by now. Dart, even if he falls out of round 1, I'd be shocked if he got past that Browns-Giants second-round chunk in the real draft. A couple other guys could go too. I mean, Jalen Milroe's he's going to the draft. So if he doesn't go round 1, I would imagine he goes second round based on the intel the NFL has. So, you know, we could have more like 4 or 5 QBs that have been picked by now. Also, obviously trades. We're not doing trades for this exercise. so we know those will go down. But, yeah, I mean, we end up with 4 guys that we've talked about pretty extensively on this show. Conerly's probably the guy we've talked about least, but, I mean, at 39, that's a home run.
Home run.
Absolute home run. So, I feel good. All right, who just went in the most recent
No
picks?
Williams.
So, Azariah Thomas.
Oh, you're saying. Yeah, Azariah Thomas. I think it was.
Princely Uman Mielen.
Yep. Marcus
Marcus
Bowe.
Mbow.
Then we had
Noah Williams.
Yeah. No Williams.
And now the Patriots are on the clock.
They are. How are you guys liking the draft graphics, by the way? We only bring them out obviously once a year, but I think they look pretty clean. I will have to talk to Sam because Makuba, some of his headshots weren't where they should have been.
Okay.
But yeah, I thought they looked good.
Let's go.
Shout out.
Shout out to the graphics team. Ooh, there goes a Cullen draft crush.
Ooh, who did Alec take? Yeah, Jordan Birch.
So Patriots have gone Will Campbell, Trey Harris, Cam Scattaboo, Jordan Birch. It's not bad.
Not bad.
Probably a little early on Trey Harris for me, but
Yeah.
you're filling a lot of needs there, and they got a bunch of them.
Appreciate that.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think this is really good range for Birch here.
Yeah, he feels like late second, early third.
Got the athletic tools, man. Just got to put it together. Brian says, would you be more upset with Mykel over Mike Green at 10 if it played out this way?
Say what?
He asked, would you be more upset with Mykel over Mike Green at 10 if it played out
I'd be
this
okay
way?
with Mykel at 10. I would understand it. He checks more Dennis Allen boxes. He's 20 years old. He kind of fits his best football is ahead of him cheesy line that everybody uses.
Yeah.
But I think it's true. He played through an ankle sprain this year and fought through it, only missed a couple games. I think it was a high ankle too. He's already a really good run defender, and you've seen flashes as a pass rusher. So the upside's there, and you've at least seen some pass rush production, unlike with a guy like Shamar Stewart. So I've come around to the idea of Mykel at 10. I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, that's fair. Jackson Dart finally is off the board. He goes to the Cardinals with a 78th overall pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
So Sperry's probably going to get his man soon.
Yeah. Let's just see. So the next upcoming picks, obviously, imagine if Chucks took them. That'd be hilarious. We have the Colts at 80, Bengals at 81, Seahawks at 82, and then the Pittsburgh Steelers at 83.
I just put in our little
Chat.
communication channel with the rest of the company that's live making their picks. I said $5 to anyone who screws Sperry before 83. He's our Steelers host. That's when they pick next, and he will 100% take Tyler Shuck at 83 if he's there. He loves him. He loves him. Wait, are the Seahawks?
Yep, they are.
Trey says, I'm willing to offer multiple firsts to move up. I could see Seattle taking a QB in the third.
Yeah, I just said I'll pick for the Colts.
Yeah, screw Anthony Richardson. Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man.
Texans take Wyatt Milam, another one of my guys.
It's a good pick by Chugs.
Yeah,
He's bounced back.
well, we were worried about it.
It was, yeah, they were in shambles.
Oh, man.
All right, so we got Dart to the Cardinals, who is Milam to the Texans. Colts being simulated.
Damn. I tried.
I think it's just because it's predetermined.
No, for sure. For sure.
Nice, Culvers. How many QBs have gone? 3. Dart
Yep.
was just the 3rd.
Yep.
I think more will be gone in the real draft by now.
Imagine if Shuck gets simulated here. Imagine.
I don't know where he's ranked on the PFF. Let's see.
I don't know.
Let's see where he's ranked. He's ranked at 134. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, no. Demetrius Knight goes to the Colts.
Not going to happen.
All right, so we're going to get a small break before the Seahawks pick at 82. Number 80 was Demetrius Knight, linebacker out of South Carolina. Jack Sawyer finally goes to the Bengals at pick number 81.
There he goes, staying in the OH. The OH.
The OH.
One week, but who's counting? Oh, we're all counting. Hit that sub button. We'll be live for all 7 rounds of the NFL draft starting next Thursday night. Draft starts at 7 Central. I think we'll be live by 5 or 5:30, so be sure to subscribe and join us for that. We'll see what the Bears do in the first round. Have our draft grade for round 1, and then back at it Friday for rounds 2 and 3, and then grind our way, slug our way through rounds 4 through 7. So,
Yeah.
going to be a fun week, long week, but a fun one. Hopefully, we see all of you there.
Yeah.
Tyler taking him here would be hilarious.
It would be objectively one of the funniest things. Even for the Seahawks.
I'm pulling Steelers up right now.
I'd love it for the bit. I'd love it for the bit.
I need it for the bit.
Need it. Need it. We're at 137, a little over that in Super Chats. If we get to 150, I'll do another beer bong. You want to join me if we get to 200? You down?
Say that again.
I'd said if we get to 150, I'll do a beer bong. If we get to 200, will you join me?
Yep.
Cool.
I'll just join you at 150.
Okay.
We're $13 away.
There we go.
If we get to $150, Colin and I are racing again.
There we go.
Let's get it.
Jack just asked, will you be drinking draft night, LOL? Does a bear shit in the woods?
Nah.
Is my question. Answer that question. We're down to party, man.
We'll be here.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I will say, shout out to you guys. Y'all brought it. Day 1 of NFL free agency. Really the whole week of free agency. Y'all were awesome. Harry battling through sickness. Credit to him.
Hopefully not again. I'm hoping this is the worst it gets.
Let's keep that energy going come the draft because I'm ready for it. I'm down to party like that again. That was a fun time. Twas a fun time.
All right, I'm pulling up Steelers. I want to see if Sperry is just in shambles.
Sweating, yeah.
Shambles here.
Oh, Tyler's making the pick. He's typing.
If they take a
Oh, Tez Johnson.
keeping your eye on Omarion Hampton and Travion Henderson, that could be the pick. Because if the Steelers are continuing to try to,
All right, he's going to get his guy.
sign on, getting another offensive weapon can only help. All right, we are on the clock. Number 82, Hez Johnson.
That's a reach.
That's a very big reach. I don't like that
We need
Tej.
to wait until the last possible second if it sent it in.
Don't like that Tej. Don't love it, Teaser.
All right, who should we pick? Let us know. Let us know. You gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Don't love that one. Don't love it. I like Tez, but not at 82.
I mean, Tez Johnson is tiny, man. He's so small. So, I know who I'm picking here. This running back class is deep enough where
I've got Steelers up.
the running back that I want.
They're debating.
Running back that fits what the Steelers want in round 4.
Who's it going to be?
Round long, so, we're not going to be taking a running back.
It's going to be Tyler Shuck.
I have Steelers up as we speak. Hello, Harrison.
What's up, Coop?
What up?
We're just gonna, we're gonna make, we're gonna juice it a little bit here.
Oh, man.
All right, send it in. All right, we sending it. Yep. 3, 2.
Oh! What? What?
No way.
No way.
NFL draft. The Pittsburgh Steelers select Jalen Milroe.
Milroe.
Whoa.
He went with Milroe.
Milroe.
Wow.
The reaction from everybody here at Stat Sports.
You have
What?
no.
Listen, man, I have Shuck rated higher on my board as an overall prospect, but plain and simply, I think Aaron Rodgers is signing on.
I am shocked.
And if he's going to play here 1 or even 2 years, you're looking at Tyler Shuck being 27 or 28 in the big board right now. And good.
The poster child of not standing on business.
They're saying because you have Milroe ranked lower that you have no backbone. Well, I mean, I just think it makes more sense. If you think Aaron Rodgers is going to be here, and I think he is, you got a guy here in Milroe.
I'm shocked. Sorry, guys. I'm
genuinely,
distracted.
Y'all don't realize like how.
For what
big
it's
of-
worth, I actually would probably do the same if I was the Steelers between the two.
No, but just not for Sperry.
But Sperry, did you see Chris's?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
Oh my god.
That
All right,
is crazy.
Kyle Kennard goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Denver Broncos are on the clock.
So he still think Rodgers is happening.
Dude, he's too far deep now, man.
I mean,
Maybe is he like reverse psychology thinking, like I'm not going to draft him, so I have the Steelers. Like I get good karma that the Steelers are draft. I don't know.
no,
man.
he said he thinks it's because Rodgers is still signing. Oh my gosh.
Dude, our chat is just having a day right now. That is incredible.
Amazing.
Oh, Denver takes your boy.
That is amazing.
What are we doing here, Sperry?
All right, we got the Broncos here.
Yeah, they just made the pick. They picked one of, I wouldn't say your crush, but it's one of your guys you've drafted, I think, a couple times, once or twice.
Ty Hamilton?
No, not Ty Hamilton. Excuse me.
I haven't taken him.
No, yeah, that's right. I was thinking of somebody else. Ty Robinson is who I was
Ty
thinking.
Robinson.
That's what I was thinking of.
Taking Ty Robinson.
Excuse me. I'm still shocked by the Sperry pick. Jesus.
Sperry's got us just flustered. Coop.
That's good stuff.
Holy shit, Coop.
All right, we're taking another little small break here for the Texans. Wait. Do you have another pick? He just said
He had a chance to take the guy he's been clamoring for months and didn't take it.
months.
That's amazing. Dart is off the board, Jake. The QBs gone are Cam Ward to the Titans, Shador to the Saints, Dart to the Cardinals, Milroe to the Steelers.
Unbelievable.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
The Nico photo is crazy.
The Nico photo is hilarious.
Barry just now. That is an absolute electric factory. Colbert says calling for Rams to take Shuck.
You know what's funny? Like, no one else is going to take him unless the simulator somehow picks him.
Which it won't.
Yeah. No one else is picking him.
I don't think any other QB is going unless... I mean, I don't think so, at least. Let me see who's coming up. We got...
Chargers. We got the Packers.
Seahawks,
Jags,
maybe at 92.
maybe. Even
Browns at 94, maybe. Giants at 99. Maybe Marsh would take someone there. But I feel like Milroe was the guy he would have taken.
Imagine if Marsh takes Shuck just at the end.
He hates Shuck. But it would be funny.
All right. Josiah Stewart goes to the Chargers. Pick 86. This is unbelievable.
That's electric.
That is. However high you guys think,
Sperry.
however high you guys think I am on Andrew Makuba, times that by
10.
10 for Sperry's love of Tyler Shuck.
And he didn't take him. Unbelievable.
It's actually unbelievable.
It's funny.
It really is. So another one of my guys, Oluwafemi Oladejo, goes to FGB Packers, and then Darian Porter goes to the Jags, pick 88.
All right.
You want to just?
I like that pick for the Jags.
Yeah, I like it too. We can look at the big board, see who's still available. According to ESPN, Emory Jones,
My guy, CJ West.
DJ Giddens.
By the way, ESPN, or I think it's Jordan Reed's list.
Yeah.
Emory Jones stinks.
Yeah. I
63?
I think he's a day 3
He's
guy.
day 3. Terrence Ferguson, CJ West, couple guys I like. Jamari Caldwell, interesting player.
I like him. Like him a lot.
Let's see. Deion Walker. He'd be on my crash out list if they took him day 1 or 2.
Yeah.
No chance day 1, but
Aronde Gadsden.
take him on day 3, but
Kobe Bryant. We got Savion Williams. Isaiah Bond, Devin Neal, your boy.
Devin Neal, baby.
Chris Paul Jr.
Neil Hive, stand up. Neil Hive, stand up.
And again, if you are just now joining us and want to know the picks, here is who we selected for the Chicago Bears. Round 1, Mike Green, the edge out of Marshall. Again, we understand the allegations out there. If you feel some type of way, we do not blame you. But based on just the talent and production, assuming he gets cleared out, the talent's there to be.
I feel the same for what it's worth, but I don't have all the information, so I drafted
Likewise.
just based on who I thought the best option was for as a football player. If I was the real GM, I'd obviously be doing all the homework to check those boxes off. Josh Conerly at 39, tremendous value.
Tremendous.
I think he's a top 20-ish player in this draft. Quinshon Judkins, my third favorite running back in this draft after Genty and Hampton. And then Cullen's guy, Andrew Makuba, safety out of Texas. Let's go. Let's go.
Scared the shit out of me, man.
Knocked my drink over. Almost pulled a Jonesy.
There we go.
You never want to do that.
No, never go full Jonesy. Never go full Jonesy. Oh,
Make a pick, Jeremy.
it's going to be, for us, like if the Bears do go down this route, which I don't think they will completely. I feel like they'll either trade up or trade down with one of their second-round picks. Pick 72 all the way to 148. I mean, that's going to be.
It's a big gap.
It is. We're going to have to pass this sometime the other way.
It's a big old gap. They have 4 picks in the top 72, and then more than that many picks happen before they pick again. Does that make sense?
Yes.
76 picks until they pick for a 5th time.
Yes.
Oh, nice pick, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Very nice. Terrence Ferguson.
He's really earned himself respect. We were worried.
It's a bumpy start, but if he could have forecasted the next picks that he would have gotten, it's worked out.
Yeah.
It's worked out. Ah! Look what Durham did.
Oh my God.
He had that typed up, ready to rock.
Sprinting
and
to the
roll.
podium. Now that's a man with conviction.
That is so funny.
That is hilarious.
Oh, gosh. I got to pull up Steelers again. Our Rams guy behind the scenes picked Tyler Shuck. Complete troll move. God, I love that. That is awesome.
Oh my God. Tyler Shuck.
I'm
Off the
pulling up
board.
Sperry again.
It's very hot seat.
You should have picked him. You are about the why? You are about to go. Why does it make sense for Pittsburgh to sign him? Dante's Inferno out there. Good. I still made the right choice. I haven't changed my rankings. Tyler Shuck is still the better QB
Oh, man.
He's backtracking now. Durham is a man of action.
Ultimate smoke screen. Ultimate smoke screen, baby. I was telling everybody at the office I was going to take Shuck at 21. I was going around saying.
That is true. Sperry was saying he might take Shuck at 21.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, man. Number 90th overall pick. Los Angeles Rams.
You always talk, but you
You
never draft.
Absolutely. Number 91.
That is amazing. Holy shit.
That's all-time stuff.
Production's going off. Production's going off. I knew it would, man. Ooh, I like this pick by the Ravens. Kobe Bryant. So that is
Kobe Bryant to the Ravens.
right there, man. A risky player, I think.
God damn, that is amazing.
Dude, that's all-time stuff from Durham. All-time stuff.
I low-key love Sperry for going the other way. Just made this hilarious.
Yeah.
Got us through the second half of this third round. What happened to the Canadian quarterback? Who's the Canadian quarterback? See that guy from like British Columbia or whatever?
Pull up the big board.
I don't know if he's in our database.
We'll see. Cord, Ewers, Howard, Gabriel, Max Brosmer, Curtis Rourke, Riley Leonard, Cam Miller. I do not see a Canadian here.
Nope. All right.
Seattle takes Quincy Riley.
Who's he again?
He was the drawing a blank. Big board, best available. He was the corner out of Louisville.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Corner out of Louisville.
All
Don't hate
right.
it. If that's look, corner, don't hate it.
What's the outlook on Reek Warren or Woolen at this point? Are they going to extend him? He hasn't
If I
been as
had
good
to-
as his rookie year, but he's still been solid.
Yeah, he had a bounce back-ish year this past season compared to the year prior. I'd probably lean that they're going to, continue because that other corner spot is Josh Jobe and a lot of guessing. So I would probably assume.
Trace is not taking a single defensive player.
No.
Electric. Why not?
Why not?
It's mock draft, baby.
You know what? He's the GM today. He's the GM.
We went, we go, 2 offense, 2 defense.
Yeah.
Balance.
Yeah.
Balance.
Got one trench player on both sides of the football.
Got a running back, got a safety.
Yeah.
Needs and BPA in a lot of situations.
I think objectively, if you're not a fan, I put the poll in the chat. Grade our draft. If you're not a fan of it, it's because you either have like tight end higher, you have maybe defensive tackle, or maybe if you look, I'll pull up the draft again. If you legitimately look at this draft and you're a Bears fan, I don't see how you could really hate it. Or that's not it. I'll switch that. Like if this is the direction that they go, again, Mike Green is what it is. We're assuming that everything gets cleared there. You go edge.
And if not, you don't take them.
Exactly.
But for this exercise, we did.
Arguably top 3 edge. Arguably top 3 offensive tackle. Arguably top 3 running back. And then a safety that, again, versatility. He could play nickel. He could play for a single high. Maybe even a little box if you need him to.
Yep. There goes Petey's quarterback. Kyle McCord.
He's a McCord guy?
I don't know, but he took him.
Ah, well, there you
go. We got about 8 or 9 picks left, and then this simulation is done, but our live show will continue. So use hashtag Bears or Super Chat. We are going to get into a little live Q&A, I do know that we need some questions
Yes, we do.
loaded in there. So if you have any draft questions, if you have any trade ideas, free agency questions, whatever, fire in the chat. We need some questions. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat. Get your questions on the show. What about RB at 10? Genty or Hampton are the only two possibilities, although there's deep rumors that people think Travion could be in play there. I'd be surprised, but never know. Never know. Kyle McCord to the Browns. Shout out DC for getting a question in there.
Refreshing the old Super Chat links just to make sure those are good. You guys want to guarantee to be on the mailbag?
I know they're going to keep submitting, but I think for a mailbag, we can just hop in. We'll be fine because that's not graphics heavy.
Yeah.
Obviously, if something freezes out, we can just hard pause or something.
Yeah. Right now we have 3 questions.
Devin Neal to the Chiefs. Love it.
Yeah. It's honestly a really good pick. Get those questions in.
Love that. All right.
Keep getting those questions. We got about 3 right now, so if you want to get in, you know what to do.
Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man.
Also, by the way, we got new, I guess, headsets for the producers. I feel like the audio quality.
Can you hear good in your ear
Yes.
still?
Because
Really?
it's connected to this.
Oh.
Yeah, we got like a little splitter, and
Oh, sweet. So is
Yeah.
that the way moving forward?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
I prefer this.
All right. Sweet.
I sound better. I hear you better.
Nice.
There we go.
We'll take it. So Devin Neal is going to be a Chief in this mock.
It is.
Philadelphia's on the clock.
It's the pick, Chipper.
Send it in, Chippy. Got an idea. So for those of you who subscribe to my other channel, 4 Verts, I'm going to react to this mock on that channel. I think what I'm going to do, let me know what you think about this.
Okay.
React to like just 1 through 32, and then go team by team
Ooh.
for 3 rounds.
Okay.
Now we'll have to make sure they clear out rounds 4 through 7 to do that,
Yeah.
because that'll
be a probably end of the day video.
Yeah.
Um.
But we'll be live for a little longer anyway, so that's kind of my thought on how to do that. Just kind of a different way, different flow.
Appreciate that, Kenworth. Appreciate Mario for the question. Chris, good question. Soldier Bear.
Hashtag Prometheus. You got to put hashtag Bears, not just hashtag. Hashtag Bears. No space. Hashtag Bears or Super Chat. That question will not come through our software, Prometheus.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because I like it. So copy paste, make it hashtag Bears, be good to go. Be good to go. All right, the Eagles are going to make a pick, and then the Vikes will be on the clock.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a name that's been gaining some steam. Well, Prometheus, see now
Yeah.
you got to get the question in the same message as hashtag Bears. Like you did the hashtag Bears right, but you got to get the rest of the question in there.
Yes.
Because our software picks individual comments.
Right. So, like, if we were to pull that up, all we would get is your check mark.
It would just say hashtag Bears check mark. Just trying to help you out.
Again, if you don't want to, that's fine too. We appreciate all the questions we can get.
There you go, Prometheus. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Keep firing in the chat. We'll get to that mailbag coming up.
Yeah. Keep getting those questions in. We'll eventually get to the mailbag. We just need some more questions.
Who's going to be Chat Sports Mr. Irrelevant? So number 102. Is it 102 or 103?
It is, I believe, 102.
Okay.
Yeah, 102. Vernon Broughton
Okay.
goes to the Vikings.
There you go. Dolphins. Rolly, our guy, on the clock.
Old friend, Nicholas Roloff.
Nico Roloff.
I was like setting up these studios last night. He comes out of his game, and I was here pretty late. He goes, "What are you doing here?" And I was just like, "Man, we're getting ready for the draft today. It's mock
Wait, you were up here till like 9 last night?
like 10:30." Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey,
Give Cullen a round of applause. What a beast. Ooh, Shamar Turner.
Ooh, okay,
I like that pick.
like it. Yeah, he's doing well. For those who are wondering, still hates the Miami Heat.
Yeah, he's pissed they won last night against your Chicago Bulls. What an egg by the Bulls last night.
Yep.
Jesus.
3
They're down
years in a row.
24 at halftime.
3 years in a row, they've lost to the Miami Heat in the play-in game. That is just
We'll see you next year as the 9 seed, Chicago. We'll see it.
Marshall Green.
The third-round pick, Caleb, was Andrew Makuba.
That's hilarious.
All right, Giants on the clock. I don't think there's a quarterback here Marsh would take.
Yeah, especially with Milroe and
McCord and Milroe gone. I don't think he would have taken Chuck anyway, so.
Yeah, he's not a Chuck guy, but maybe just a troll Sperry. But
I don't think he'll take like Will Howard or Quinn Ewers here.
No. No.
So he'll probably take. Who is he taking so far? Abdul Carter, Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah.
Who do you take at 65?
Let's see. He took, Emeka Egbuka, Abdul Carter, Ormar Norman Lott.
Okay.
So
Maybe running back here?
maybe.
RJ Harvey?
Maybe. Don't hate that. Harvey's kind of similar to what's his face though? Running back out of Purdue that they have. Blanket on his name.
Tyrone Tracy.
Tracy.
I think he's a better pure runner,
Yeah.
but I hear you. Let's see.
Who's it gonna be for Marshy? Miles Frazier.
Miles Frazier. Is that the LSU guard?
I think it's the guard, yeah.
All right, there
Or
you
they
go.
put in Sam. Come on, Sammy. Tito, we can get that question in the mailbag.
Oh, man.
F Sam. F Sam, F Sam, F Sam. F Sam, F Sam. Oh, we got Miles Frazier in there. Little technical difficulties behind the scene.
It's.
I meant to type Frazier.
I'm so sorry. All right, couple picks left. Niners on the clock.
Niners. Who you got? San Francisco.
Tito with the 5. We're $8 away from 150 and another beer bong. We'll get Tito on screen.
You wanted to? We can put that in the mailbag.
Yeah, we'll put it in the mailbag, Tito. So stay tuned. We just got a couple picks left here. But $8 away if someone wants to get us over the top for another beer bong race. Chip should go YOLO and take like Will Howard here.
Really throw a wrench into things. Big Niners guy, Jake Chipper.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Take a kicker in the third round
There we
again.
go.
That worked out well with Jake Moody.
Oh.
That's been a good pick.
Jesus. They need to make more of these picks in San Francisco. Shout out to John Lynch.
Oh, man. Speed this up, fellas. We're at the very end
We're
here.
at the very end. Come on now.
Let's speed this up here, fellas.
Jake's typing.
Who took Shamar Stewart? I don't even remember.
It was Charles Grant.
Was it the Cardinals at 16? Was it a sim pick?
It was a sim pick. I remember that.
Just don't remember who it was.
Yeah.
Oh, Charles Grant. That's good. That's a good pick.
He's going to be – he played tackle as a former high school wrestler. I think he's going to be a guard at the next level, but good player.
Charles Grant. Oh.
Tito.
He's got rules, too. Says you got to give Harry a 3-second head start.
All right.
So you'll count us down 3, 2, 1, 0, and then you do 3-second head start. If I can't beat you in these circumstances, I may have to retire.
Yeah, it's a beer bong, too. It's not even a boot.
Oh, Dorian Strong. All right.
3, 2, 1, go. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi.
I'd barely beat you. Jesus.
Ooh.
I would have been shambles.
I was chugging a little bit on that one.
I would have been shambles.
Whew.
All right. Dorian Strong is going to the Rams, which means Don Burr's Lions are the last team on the clock.
Yeah.
Last team on the clock.
Ooh, a little quote from Antoine Randall. He says he had, Roma Dunze is his number 1 wide receiver in last year's draft, ahead of both Marvin Harrison Jr. and Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Yep.
Yeah. Ari just tweeted out the video.
Oh, the Bears did?
Ari did, sorry.
Ari. Okay. All right.
And then, Jared Ivey is the final pick here. That's backwards.
Jared Ivey, the slow-ass edge out of Ole Miss, ran a 5.15.
Yeah.
Good run defender, though. All right. That is done, which means
There we go. Here. Tito, we'll throw your super chat on screen. We'll include your other one in the mailbag, but we'll get the $10 one or the $5 one in the mailbag. Yep. So there you go. It was close. It was close. But hey.
Erica, we'll save yours for the mailbag because that's you can flash it. Did you flash the one before it too?
Oh, for Tito.
Well, the $5 Tito just to get it on. Then we'll use this one again for the mailbag. Tito just wanted to flash it real quick, and then Erica, same deal. We'll use those for the mailbag. Okay. We are going to do a mailbag. If you want full results of this 3-round mock draft, I'm going to react to it over on 4 Verts. I'm going to react first round in order 1 through 32, and then we're going to go team by team. And then I might do a Bears-centric episode as well on this 3-round mock draft. So stay tuned for that. That'll be TBD on that one. But let's get to your questions, #Bears or Super Chat, and take your questions for the next 10, 15 minutes or so. Here we go. I'm Harrison Graham. Little mailbag action for you on Chicago Bears Now. We got Tito with the $5 super chat. He said, if the draft fell like this, I'd be pumped, but the GM for the Raiders said he doesn't like taking a running back high in the draft. I'd be okay with Hampton at 10. Tito's responding in response to our live chat sports draft. I'd be okay with Hampton at 10 as well in a kind of a not ideal scenario if the premium players I would like are gone by the time they pick. I think Hampton's in that next group of players, along with the Mykel Williams of the world, maybe the Kelvin Banks, even the Walter Nolans, the Josh Conerlys, the Derek Harmons. Those are some type of players I'd consider at 10. You'd probably rather trade down in that scenario, but the Raiders are the key when it comes to the Ashton Genty sweepstakes. Erica L., I have a weird feeling we will take Shamar Stewart at 10. Hope I'm wrong. I also hope you're wrong. The Bears did bring him in for a top 30 visit. Feels like 10 or really Carolina at 8 is probably like the high end he could go, and I think he could fall as late as like the 20s. I don't really know. I think he's very raw. He's got a lot of work to do to develop as a pass rusher. I think he's a solid run defender. He's obviously a freak athlete, but to me, 10's too early for what I've seen. He doesn't finish plays that well. He kind of misses a lot of tackles. And he just doesn't have a good pass rush arsenal. So 10's rich for me. I wouldn't be completely shocked if they did it, but I really hope they don't. Who should the Bears draft at number 10? Obviously, we don't know who's going to be available, but I would love an Ashton Jeanty. I would love a Will Campbell. I would love a guy like Tyler Warren. Let me know what you guys think. Who should the Bears draft at number 10? DC Viper, who would be the most likely team you would love the Bears to trade down with if you don't like what's on the board at 10? It really just depends who you're identifying. Like, if you want to get a Marion Hampton still in the first round, probably have to stay ahead of Cincinnati at 17. There's been buzz. They could go a running back early. I don't know. Could a team like Arizona at 16? I don't think Atlanta's trading up at 15. They don't have a lot of picks. Do the Colts get desperate? Like, do they come trade up for 10, secure a Colston Loveland if they're worried he would go? Would Miami move up a few spots? I don't know. If I'm moving down to the 20s, I would want a major pick next year, like at least a second next year, if not a first, along with picks this year. So, yeah, it really just depends. A, what type of player the Bears want to get in a trade down, and B, what future capital they could potentially get if they move further down. Augustine, 1 week away from the draft. Do we believe this Colston Loveland at 10 smoke? Well, it's more just Matt Miller's thought and opinion. I think there's a scenario where he's in play at 10. I think Ben Johnson would view him as a playmaker and another piece for Caleb Williams offensively. I'd be a little surprised. I think Tyler Warren is more their speed, but you see a lot of smoke this time of year. It's hard to know what is true, what's false, what type of player the Bears want. Kind of tight end does Ben Johnson prefer? It's hard to know. I think Warren's ability to do different things with the creative mind of Ben Johnson, that gets me more fired up than Colston Loveland, but I do like Loveland. Think he'll go top 20 in this draft, so it's possible. I would not rule it out. We'll be live for all 7 rounds of the NFL draft, starting Thursday, April 24th for round 1, Friday for rounds 2 and 3, and then Saturday for rounds 4 through 7. Be sure to subscribe to us here on Bears Now and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out. Mario Palacio, would you rather draft Hampton or Loveland? Probably Hampton. I think they're in like the same tier of prospect, but within that tier, I'd have Hampton higher. Now, running back's a deeper class than tight end, and this is kind of the chess and the checkers that these GMs play. There's a world where they have their tiers of prospects, not just their individual rankings, what they provide, all the way down to 300 or whatever, but there's also going to be tiers that teams set. There's a scenario where maybe they have Hampton at 13 and Loveland at 16. They're in the same tier. But they like the next crop of running backs more than the tight ends, so maybe they would consider Loveland and then coming back to get a running back on day 2. Could happen. Michael Ortman, safety, Watts or Makuba? I like Watts more, but I think you got to ask yourself this. Would you rather have Watts at 39 or 41 or Makuba at 72? I think Watts is probably more of like a 40s, 50s guy, maybe 60s. So I think 39, 41s might be a touch early, but I'd be okay with it there. I think Makuba at 72 is better value than Watts at 41. So that's kind of the lens I look through it. Both are tremendous playmakers. Both could start as rookies, but in the Bears situation, in an ideal world, they would take over in 2026. All right, excuse me. Today's show is sponsored by Rocket Money, personal finance app that can help you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, and help lower your bills so you can grow your savings. When it comes to spending, sometimes out of sight, out of mind. That daily coffee habit, those streaming subscriptions, they add up so fast, you don't even notice how much you're spending in real time. That's all different now with Rocket Money because it's going to tell you right in front of you, hey, you're spending this much on this, that much on that much on that on a monthly basis, and it's going to add up to a lot more money than you think it is. Believe me on that one. When I first signed up with Rocket Money, I couldn't believe how much I was paying for certain subscriptions that I didn't even use anymore or didn't even know that I had. I had probably signed up for a couple of free trials and never canceled them. You guys know how that goes. So a lot of benefits to saving money with Rocket Money. They have over 5 million users and have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 per year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money by going to rocketmoney.com/bearsnow. It's rocketmoney.com/bearsnow, rocketmoney.com/bearsnow. Link is in the comments and in the description. Captain CD, if the Bears don't take a defensive end within the first 4 picks, would you be happy with bringing in Zadarius Smith? Absolutely. There's still edge rushers out there that I'd be cool bringing in. He's still out there. You still got a guy like Von Miller out there that the Broncos drafted when Dennis Allen was the DC. Trying to think. I think there's probably a couple other vets still available, but Zadarius does stand out. 10 sacks last year, so I could see him signing somewhere pretty quickly after the draft. Prometheus, how much of an influence will, I assume, Ben Johnson have on draft day? I think pretty good amount, especially when it comes to offensive players. That number 10 pick, if a guy like Tyler Warren's there, I could see him pounding the table for him. I still think Ryan Poles will have final say, but I think it'll be collaborative. Ben Johnson will have a voice. Ian Cunningham will have a voice. So, yeah, I think he will have influence, no question. All right, Bears fans, would you rather trade up or down from the number 10 pick? Like, you have to trade. You can't stay at 10. Type U for up or D for down. Probably trade down, but it depends. If a guy like Mason Graham slides, I could consider trading up. Osmotic, what would it take for you to draft left tackle Banks? I don't love him at 10. In a trade down, I like him. He would be in that range of player at 10 if all the premium guys are gone. He'd be in that bunch. I'd be okay with it. Wouldn't be my top option, but I'd be okay with it. Colbers, if the board fell the way it did, how shocked would you be if the selection is Jahdae Barron? He could be viewed as this team's Brian Branch. I don't think Barron will be in play at 10 unless they do view him as like a true safety. But be interesting. He's got shorter arms. Is he more of a nickel? If he is, obviously you have Kyler Gordon already. But, I don't know if Jahdae Barron is someone who's really in play at number 10. Maybe in a trade down, but I don't know about number 10. All right, appreciate all your questions. You can ask more on social media at HGramNFL on Twitter, at HGramNFL on Instagram. DMs are wide open, so fire away at HGramNFL on both Twitter and Instagram. All right. Did I miss something important there?
No, I think they were just coming to check see what we're doing. Do you want to grab a glass of water real quick? I can give shout outs in the chat.
I got to refill. Voice is just not good, man.
Yeah, you refill. I can hold it down here. Chop it up with the chat. Chop it up. What up, y'all? What would y'all do? As I get a message here. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, yeah. Oh, we get a little super chat from Adam Downing. What up, Adam? What up, what up? Luis says trade up. Could be an option. Could be an option. Adam will get your super chat on screen. It's just taking a second to load. Adam, been mowing yards listening to the newest terminal list by Jack Carr. Sorry I missed you guys. Bear down. Let's go 10 for 7 for once. Hey, listen, Adam, appreciate you tuning in, man. Hey, listen, life sometimes kind of just gets in the way. Appreciate any kind of time you guys are able to tune into us. So we had a little Chat Sports mock draft, again, for anybody who's just joining us, where a bunch of Chat Sports hosts, Harry was one of them. We had a bunch of other channels, our Niners, our Raiders, Browns, Falcons, a bunch of channels that we have here at Chat Sports. Went live and did kind of a 3-round non-traded mock draft where all of us kind of made the picks. Again, there were simulations because we don't have all the channels covered, but these are the picks, these are the picks that myself and Harrison Graham made. Let us know down below. Again, the poll's still live in the chat. We went Mike Green, again, understanding everything, that comes with that, the assault allegations, all that. Just as a football player, and again, if the Bears are cleared, which that's what we're kind of assuming here, he was the pick for us at 10. Josh Conerly, the tackle out of Oregon, somehow fell to us at 39, and it was kind of an automatic pick. And then Quinshawn Judkins, the running back out of Ohio State, to pair with him. And then my guy, Andrew Makuba, one of my draft crushes, he fell to us at 72, and that was the selection.
The off-field stuff checks out.
Yeah. It's great.
I don't like the Bears.
It's a great draft. Sorry, Harry. Harry's just kind of chatting it up outside. But yeah, this is kind of it's been pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie. I really like this draft. I really do. Doing better?
Who did the sim get in the 5th round?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Here. Garrett Dellinger, guard out of LSU. Yeah, so in the background, I guess Sam's running kind of like a simulation to run the rest of the picks for the Bears. Again, we're not picking these. Garrett Dellinger. Yikes. Yikes.
Oh, man.
You're battling the elements today.
I feel fine. It's just the voice sucks.
Yeah.
I have to gargle some salt water tonight.
Yeah.
See if that
Invest in
helps.
some honey.
Yep. Yeah, I should go get some honey. Maybe I'll go pick some up.
Whew.
We'll wait. We can wait until they finish whatever they're doing. They got to do it to the 7th round, right?
Yeah.
Round 7 synced up. Let's see who we ended up in round 7.
We will, here. Sorry, just
if it works.
yeah. I'm gonna let Sam know that so these were the picks.
All right. Connor Colby or
Double
Garrett Dellinger, Connor Colby, Isaac Tesla. I don't hate the Tesla pick.
Tesla's kind of a sneaky draft pick, but
I kind of like the other Arkansas receiver better though.
yeah.
Little teaser.
A little mucky coming up.
Okay.
Did you talk to James, by the way?
No. Why?
He messaged me and said, He just messaged me again. Hold on.
I have not heard from him.
Okay.
All right, if we're all good, you want to knock out this mock draft?
Yeah.
I'll battle through here, then we'll sign off. Maybe yeah, gosh. What's up? Oh, big announcement.
Harrison, you get your number put in the rafters. We're retiring your jersey. You can still play
Oh.
if you want to, but go to the Wall of Fame.
I did not know this was coming.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
We're going to the rafters at Chat Sports.
All right.
For all the tournament. You see that right there?
I'm going
Look
in
at
the Chat Sports Wall of Fame, Hall
See
of
that
Fame,
there at the
whatever
bottom,
they're calling
Bears
it.
now.
There you go. Bears now. What's the date on that?
It's pretty sweet.
September 2024, right?
So that's for when we reached 100,000 subscribers.
That's all thanks to you guys.
5th channel to do it. All right. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Shout out to the chat. It's not possible without you. Appreciate the real ones. Woo! Shout out to you guys.
I think it's pretty sick.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Is that what you were referring to?
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
He messaged me after I said that, and he was like, "Hey, don't tell him." And I was like,
Oh, that's what I still didn't know
"Yeah,
what
I
was
didn't
going
know."
on.
So there you go.
All right, sweet.
I had no idea.
Couldn't get there without you.
Yeah.
Our content's meaningless if we don't have an audience. So, shout out to you guys. This is a team thing. So
Yeah.
we provide the content. You guys watch and engage. It's a two-way street. So appreciate that. We can flash these super chats, and then we'll get into the mock.
All right. Adam, by the way, he sent this while you were gone, so I'll flash both of them. So he sent this. Been mowing, listening to the newest Terminal List by Jack Carr. Sorry I missed you guys. Bear down. Let's go 10-7 for once.
Let's do it, Adam.
And then
He also says, whoever Destin Flora guy has been sending supers come to Third Planet on Monday. Let's talk Bears. You heard it. Go meet Adam Downing.
Yeah.
He's hanging.
There we go.
And then
Osmonic.
thanks for what you do for us, Harrison Cullen. It's fun, man. We have a good time. Hopefully the Bears give us some more in-season positive entertainment for once. But, it's a good time. And appreciate you guys for embracing us. And we're not going anywhere. So thanks to all of you. And let's have a good draft in a week. Should be fun.
Should be a lot of fun. I mean, hey, that was, to be honest, like in terms of like vibes and everything, what was your like main takeaway before we get into this final segment?
From that mock?
Yeah, just like, kind of how it went and everything. Like,
I mean, if it played out like that, I'd be pretty happy. I mean, I'd like one of those other guys to be there at 10. I'd probably explore a trade in the scenario where it played out, but we didn't do trades, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, you get one of the better edge rushers who does have off-the-field questions. If those get answered and the Bears feel good about it, I think 10 is fine for Mike Green. Josh Conerly, I think, is worthy of a top 20 pick in this draft. You get him in the second round. I don't think that'll happen in the real draft, but the way it played out, it worked out. Quinshon Judkins, I think he's a top 50 player in this draft for me. He's with the Bears angle focus, top 30 guy, so get him at 41. And then Andrew Makuba, a guy you've been on for a while, a player who I like as well, versatile. You need some safety depth and versatility. He provides both. So, yeah, I think it played out pretty good.
yeah,
I think it played out pretty good.
agreed.
So, all right. Let me see this real quick. Dan Rochar on a quote on Will Campbell. He said, quote, so the measurables, but when the film goes on, you don't see short arms. You see a very accomplished left tackle that has exceptional balance. I feel like the league is viewing him as a tackle. Like, I think they view him as the exception to the rule. That word's key, too, balance. That is one thing with Kelvin Banks that he's a little shaky. All right. Let's rally through one more segment, then we're going to get out of here on a Thursday. Coming up next, we got a new mock draft from me, not the Chat Sports mock. So with a fun twist, so stay tuned. I'm Harrison Graham. I'm battling a loss of voice, bit of a sore throat, but we're going to push through it here on this video. Bears mock draft 14.0, and this 7-round mock draft comes with a twist, and that twist is this. I have to trade every current Bears pick. So what that means is every current pick that they have, which will flash on screen for you guys, I don't make a selection with that pick. So number 10 overall, I either have to trade up or down. Number 39, same deal. 41, so on and so forth. Now, that does not mean I'm literally trading every time I'm on the clock, because certain trades will move other picks that are in the future, if that makes sense. Like, I could move 148 when I'm trading at 39, for example. So doesn't mean I'm going to trade 7 times, but I am trading all 7 of these picks within the trades that I'm doing today. So I end up trading down from 10. Thought about trading up, but I'm going to trade down. With the Colts, they send me 14 and 80, pick up a 3rd-round pick to move back 4 slots. I think it's a buyer's market. In certain years, you might get a day 3 pick here as well, but don't necessarily think you will this year. So pick up an extra 3rd to move down from 10 to 14. And then I take Mykel Williams, the edge out of Georgia, player I was really high on early in the draft process. Didn't fully sour, but didn't test quite as good as I thought. And I've kind of circled back to him. I do like the player. I think he's a top 15 type of guy in this draft. Really high floor, in my opinion. He's already an excellent run defender. He had 5 sacks last year despite fighting through pretty serious high ankle sprain. So I like the competitive character and toughness. And he's only 20 years old. He turns 21 in July. So this is a guy that if he hits after his rookie deal, he's only going to be like 24. Whereas certain guys in this draft, you would be drafting at 24 years old. So I think in a trade down, Mykel Williams is a good value. At 10, in certain scenarios, it would be fine. I wouldn't love it depending on who's available. But to get an extra 3rd and get him at 14, I'm cool with it. I like him better than Shamar Stewart. He checks Dennis Allen boxes. He's long, big, strong, and athletic. At 14, I think that's a spot where I would like Mykel Williams. I'd be cool with it there. Okay, got to trade again. I'm trading up. So I'm going to do the trade down in round 1 and then trade back up into round 1. So I get 26 from the Rams. They only have 2 picks in the first 3 rounds. They pick at 26 and 90, so they kind of add more capital here. I send 39 and 72 over to the Rams. So, again, I've sent 2 of those original picks over here in this trade. And then at 26, I trade up for Josh Conerly Jr. We just did our live Chat Sports mock draft live on Thursday for anyone who joined us. Conerly fell to us at 39. I don't think that's super likely. In fact, I'm not convinced he falls to 26 here. He might be my 3rd favorite offensive lineman in this draft after Will Campbell and Armand Mimbu. There's a world that exists where Josh Conerly is the best left tackle in this draft. I still think he's improving. I thought he had a really good Senior Bowl. He's got long arms. I think they're 34.5-inch arms. So he checks that box much better than a Will Campbell or a Kelvin Banks. I like him better than Banks as a pure left tackle. You could argue Banks' versatility is more valuable. He was off the board at this point for anyone who was wondering. But I think in the mid-20s, the value's tremendous. So trade up, get Conerly, send a 3rd over to the Rams in the process as well. If you're excited for the NFL draft, hit that like button on today's video because it's almost here, man. In less than a week, we're going to be talking the real deal. So go ahead and hit that like button. All right, got to hydrate. Throat's battling here. Okay. Trading up again because I can't pick at 41. So I trade 41 and 148 to the Broncos. Trade down 10 spots, get 51 and 85. So move down 10 spots, pick up a 3rd, ship out a 5th. I'd probably do that on draft night because, again, I think you get in this range of picks, they're all pretty similar caliber of player. And then I get Mason Taylor, the tight end out of LSU. Not sure he'll get there, kind of like Conerly. I'm like, yeah, not sure, but it's not crazy. It's not egregious. I think he's a top 40, 45-ish player, so 51, not crazy out of the realm of possibility. I do think he has emerged as the number 3 tight end in this draft after Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland. Just kind of well-rounded. Solid blocker, good hands. Not going to give you a ton after the catch, but he's reliable. Can run the route tree from the tight end position. I think he could come in, be your number 2 guy. Durham Smythe could slide back, be your 3. And that's a much better room than what you currently have. Kmet, Taylor, Smythe. That would be much better than what you've had in recent years. So I love Mason Taylor in the 2nd round. Love him even more if you trade back 10 spots, get him at 51 versus 39 or 41. I think Dane Brugler has him at like 33, 34 on his big board. So you get him at, 15, 20 picks later. I love the value. I love Mason Taylor in round 2. I think round 1's rich. I've seen some people throw that out there. I would not take him in the first round, but in the second round, I think he's worth it. What's also worth it is Rocket Money, because you know what they're going to help you do? Save money. And we could all do more of that, right? We could all do with more money to work with in our accounts. And that is what Rocket Money is here to help you do. They are a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitor your spending, help lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Excuse me. We all have things we spend money on, bad habits, right? Daily coffee at our local coffee shop. Subscriptions that our buddies suggest we sign up for to watch whatever TV show, then we never use that service again, and we're spending 10, 15, 20 bucks per month. It adds up, and it adds up quick. And Rocket Money, what they do well is they kind of show you right in front of you what you're spending your money on. Like, oh, you're spending this much on these 12 subscriptions, and you're also paying for this online newspaper that you probably haven't read in 6 months, and yada, yada, yada. And if you want to cancel any of those, with a few taps of buttons, you can do that, and Rocket Money will kind of serve as a middleman for you. That way you don't have to deal with back and forth customer service. You can get alerts within the app if bills increase in price, which that's good to know. We know that these services that we're all paying for, phone bill, et cetera, they like to jack up your price. So if that happens, you can consider other options. You can even upload your bills to Rocket Money, and they'll try to find you a better price by up to 20% decrease, which would be fantastic, obviously. Add that up over a few bills. You're talking about hundreds of dollars per month in some cases. Check out Rocket Money, rocketmoney.com/Bears now. Can't recommend it enough. 5 million users and counting have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 per year when they use all the app's premium features. rocketmoney.com/Bears now. It's rocketmoney.com/Bears now. Oh, man. Voice is just completely cooked. RJ Harvey. We haven't talked a lot about RJ Harvey, and maybe that's a shame because to me, I think he's my favorite running back after the core 5. He has been so productive the last 2 years. Over or right at 3,000 rushing yards, 42 total touchdowns. 42. He was their offense at UCF the last couple of years. He's kind of built like a bowling ball, but he's got juice. It's like 5'8", 5'9", but he's got tree trunks for legs. He can make you miss in space. He'll run you over. I think he's got untapped potential as a pass catcher, too. When they threw to him, there were good results. They just didn't do it a lot. He's my favorite back after the top 5, which is Ashton Genty, Amarian Hampton, Quinshon Judkins, Caleb Johnson, and Travion Henderson. Harvey would be my next guy. Now, the one downside, he is a 6-year college player, so he's a little older. But to me at running back, I don't look as much at age. I look at usage. He's under 600 carries in college. So there's still plenty of tread on those tires, I think. I think he could come in and potentially start, and at worst, be a complimentary piece with DeAndre Swift. All right, a Cullen draft crush, Danny Stutsman. Number 85 overall. Again, these trades have already happened, but as you can see, none of those were original picks that the Bears had. I think this kid's getting slept on a little bit the more I've looked into him. Better athlete than I would have expected. Ran a 4.52. Really good when he's playing downhill. Sometimes he can get caught cheating in the backfield and his eyes, kind of get caught cheating down, play action, stuff like that. But good tackler. You can use him as a blitzer if you want to. Really good run defender. I think good enough in coverage. The Bears obviously just extended TJ Edwards, so he's going to be here for a couple more years. But Tremaine Edmonds' future is very much in doubt. If he does not have a good year, I think the Bears pivot. So if they have the foresight of that, which I'm sure they do, then drafting a linebacker is very much on the board. 3rd round, if they get a 4th round pick via trade, that could be a possibility. But Stutsman in round 3, I think, is kind of the sweet spot for him. So I get him at 85 overall. Subscribe to the channel. My doctor told me if we get 20 new subscribers, my voice would magically come back. So I would greatly appreciate that. Videos every single day. Draft just around the corner. I need my voice for the draft. So please subscribe. Completely made that up, but maybe it'll work. I would appreciate it. Okay, then I'm going to use my 2 7th-round picks because I got to trade both of those just to get back into the 6th round. I'll just take one player instead of 2, and that is Andrew Armstrong, the wide receiver out of Arkansas. I think he's a deep sleeper, 6'4". He was pretty productive, ran a 4.5 flat, so pretty solid speed at that size. They threw to him a bunch, almost 15 yards per catch. So I'm kind of intrigued, especially when you get late on day 3. Arkansas also has that Tesla receiver. I think I like Armstrong better, actually. I think he's got more big playability. Only 1 touchdown, but I think there's a scenario where he could develop and be a contributor in the NFL. Okay, there you have it. My mock draft 14.0, where I trade every original pick. So I end up with 6 players instead of 7. Mykel Williams at 14. Josh Conerly at 26, both first-round picks. Mason Taylor at 51, a second-round pick. R.J. Harvey, Danny Stutsman in round 3 at 80 and 85. And then Andrew Armstrong at 215. Grade this Bears mock draft, A, B, C, D, or F. Let us know how we did down in the comment section below, A, B, C, D, or F. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We will see you guys very soon with more draft content. Hopefully the next video you watch, my voice is in better condition than this one. Subscribe and bear down. All right. If there's any supers, we can hit those. Otherwise, I got to put my voice on ice.
No super. Appreciate all you guys coming out today. At one point, I don't know how long we were, but we were the #1 most watched channel here at Chat Sports during the Chat Sports draft. Shout out to you guys. You obviously saw, if you were here, the jersey that Harry was awarded by our bosses, and it's a credit to you guys. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
So seriously, from us here at Bears Now, we appreciate all of the love and support. Yeah, again, hopefully. We're knocking on wood for this voice thing. Harry's going to need to invest in some salt.
We got a
water
week. We'll get there.
and some honey. And we're gonna get 'em
Steven
right.
says you should have done the mock Ditka style. Trade all your picks, take Genty, and smoke a cigar. That didn't work out so well for the Saints when they did that for Ricky Williams. Isn't that who they did that for?
I believe so,
I think
yeah.
it was. Traded a full draft for Ricky.
Yeah.
Who was a good player, but he had his issues, was probably better in Miami, but
Yeah.
that's a whole different story. All right. We're out of here. Appreciate Cullen for producing. Shout out to all you guys for tuning in. We'll have more content tomorrow, so see you then. Bear down.